Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to episode 80. 80 episodes deep. That's actually mad. Welcome to episode 80 of the A-listers, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. Manchester Derby. We're going to be looking at Arsenal versus Real Madrid. We're going to be talking about, is there a Miles Lewis Scully agenda? Lewis, your camera's moving mad. I don't even know what's going on. We're going to be talking about Chelsea's draw, Manchester Derby. Insert yawn emoji. Actually, the funny part is only Jacob won this week, which is crazy because he's late. You get me? So, Jacob late to the stream. Yeah, we're here. So please do hit that like button. Do subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Joining me first and foremost. He got a draw at home to Manchester City, which is now for them actually a good result. Shik is in the building. Hi, Shik.
Big up to you, Husam. Big up to the chat. Make sure you guys run up the likes and everything. And yeah, you're right, man. Boring Manchester Derby. Honestly, should have won, but we'll talk more about it. But yeah, boring and important week for us. This season on the line this week. This weekend, like the next week. But yeah, it's all eyes and everything set on Europe. So we'll see. We'll see what we do.
Who do you play again this week?
Lyon away. Haha, tough game. Let's go. Ryan Turkey and all that, you know. But yeah,
Chic. Je m'appelle Chic. Je suis American. Here you go.
Yeah, crazy though. Such a crazy weekend of football. Like Jacob's team, the only one that won this.
Imagine Jacob is the only one that won. What the hell, bro?
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey man, but I've been a Spurs fan for 20 long years. You know, it is what it is, man. When you hop on, yeah. But yeah, big up to you, man. Big up to everyone. I hope everyone's doing blessed every single time. So yeah, good to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Appreciate you. Joining me next, he's here causing trouble after he's done herding his moose. Man like Vator is in the building. Not really in the building, but he's there in there. So I don't know if he's going to do one of them cringy ass intros where he's like, Vator games, and suddenly he appears. I don't know.
I like that though. It's fire. It's fire.
Please don't tell him that because he started believing his own hype. Please. Let's not do that.
Yeah, okay. I'll say it when he's not here. Yeah.
Now that he's not here. Now that he's back, don't say it. Hi, Vator.
What up?
Big up, Vator.
What's going on? What's good? Y'all all right?
Yeah, we just introduced you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. You know what? It's a good week. You know, it's a good week. We got Champions League back. Get to enjoy some games. Talk about a derby. I was able to.
Oh my days! Who the hell just did that? Who's watching Newcastle Leicester in the background?
I'm not. What happened?
Who the hell just took that shot from like 80 yards and it hit the post? There's literally, I swear I'm not even making this up. Who's watching?
Hey, Manchester United should sign him, whoever it is. To be fair,
I think it was Fabian Schär. I could be mistaken.
Yeah, okay, I take that back. Who should have signed him?
Wait. Leicester clear it. Oh my God, Fabian Schär notices the Leicester goalkeeper out of his position and he attempts a shot from behind the halfway line and then Jacob Murphy gets the goal.
He scored a screamer before, I'm pretty sure, for Newcastle.
You know what?
Yeah, he did.
I never realized like Husam's got an amazing setup right now because when he was tracking that goal, his eyes like moved like that. Like that screen in front of you must be huge.
Look at that, man.
Keep that up. Continued success over there. Continued success. Going a humble man started with just the phone in front, the Android phone, to now
Vator.
with the
Vator. Some might say he's spending more money than FSG right now. Some might say that. So
I have higher net spend.
Yeah,
and I spent
high net spend more than FSG. You know, it's crazy.
When I was gonna get engaged, I bought gold, so factually I have higher net spend. Joining us next on the channel, EIGHTIETH. He's here, 0-0 draw with Brentford. I actually didn't watch his reaction or anything because I was busy shouting at my own club, so it'd be fresh for me to listen to his reaction now. Lewis is in the building. Hi, Lewis.
Leicester are fucking shit.
Wait, please tell me you weren't expecting something from Leicester. You're some shit.
I wasn't, but fucking 2 minutes. Didn't even try. At least go down with some useless bastards, bro. But yeah, it's good to be back. Yeah. Nothing really. It's a 0-0. They don't even have anything witty for this one. Just, good to be back on the show. Up the Chelsea.
Oh, that's why you're mad. Newcastle are the same points as you.
Yeah,
53.
level. We got a better goal. Actually, no, let me not
Less
speak
games.
on the goal
Less
difference. So
games.
when
Yeah, you
they're
have
playing,
better
I'm
goal
gonna
difference.
take
You
it.
do.
Yeah, but like, let's wait till this game's over, innit?
I mean, Isak just hit the side netting, so we might have a point there.
Mm.
Oh, and you go to St. James's Park. Yeah, good luck, buddy.
hey, we won't go down like this.
We go there
We'll
next.
actually have a fight.
We go there next. So Lewis, hey man, run it up again. You know,
Oh man,
this weekend.
GGMU, all of that, man.
Yeah, man. Hey,
I
don't rely
believe
on
in
us.
you.
That's
Mud
all I'm
brother to
saying.
mud brother.
Hey man, don't rely on us. That's all I'm saying, man.
Anyway, guys, Egal is putting his kid to sleep and Jacob is finding his dog. So they will be joining us in a bit. So just bear with us. Hit the like button. Subscribe
Tell
to the
Egal to
channel.
tell Egal to watch a video on United Spurs of America. It'll help.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Oh, man.
you're saying Jacob makes you fall asleep. I'm going to say that to his face. I dare you.
Me and Jacob are good. Of course, I'll say that
I
to Jacob.
dare you say this to his face. I dare you say this to his face.
What?
I'm going to tell him. Yo, Jacob,
Oh, you
Vator's
snitching.
calling
You
you
snitching.
out. He's saying United Spurs of America puts him to sleep. Yeah, I just
See,
snitched.
now you're
Lying
boosting.
on
Now
that.
you're doing too much.
Completely snitched. Anyway, guys, since the guys ain't here, let's just start off with the Manchester derby since both of you guys are here. Make sure everyone in the comment section, big up to all of you guys, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Egal will be joining us in a bit. Jacob will be joining us in a bit. Go ahead. Actually, let me start with Shik on this one because it's one time where he isn't miserable. So talk to me.
I mean, it is still miserable considering the fact that like we haven't scored a goal in our last 2 games, and then before that, I had a lot of United fans telling me, "Oh, Real Sociedad, we scored 4, Leicester, we scored 3, we're back, we might do something, we might be able to salvage the rest of the season," and then back to reality where, again, 2 games we haven't scored a single goal, XG this and that. I felt like, to be honest, we should have won this game. I think we had done enough to create a goal, but then when you have the attack that you have in front, like when you have a player like Alejandro Garnacho, who, by the way, let me just throw a stat for you guys. His shot conversion this season is 5.9% as a forward. It's one of, I didn't make that up. It is genuinely, that's what it is. It is one of the lowest.
There's no way it's
players.
5.9%. I refuse.
Go ahead and look it up. Here, I got you. Here, let's look it up. Let's do it.
I want to check shot
together.
conversion rate. Where do I check this?
Let's do it. 1 second.
Shot
What was
conversion rate,
the
Premier
shot
League.
conversion rate before Amarin?
Can I just share my screen, Husam?
Yes, please share
There
it.
we go. Here we
Ain't
go.
no way he said 5.9%. That
Oh,
means
don't worry.
every,
I've been doing this a lot, like in the past couple of days. So don't worry, man.
every 100 shots only 5. Oh my god.
Right here.
Oh my god. That's so
Minimum
stinky.
30 attempts. Look at this. He's 71st out of 82. He's 71st out of 82.
Is this Garnacho?
This is Garnacho. This is the player
Future
that you guys were
Chelsea
trying
winger.
to sign, Chelsea. Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah, swerve of the season, bruv. Oh, I swear.
But yeah, 5.9% shot conversion rate. And these are the players that we were fielding out. And like I said, I don't know what more to tell you. What better chances does guy need in front of goal? You're at the edge of the 6-yard box. All you have to do is just try to get any part of your body onto the ball to put it towards target. And maybe you might get a goal. Maybe the goalkeeper saves it. Ederson saves it. Who knows? But that's the topic of conversation from there. But we don't even do that. So it's like we try to give our players the best chances in front of goal. I think in terms of the team and how we set up, like Amarim, I can't really complain anything other than the fact that why are you selecting these players? We had done enough to win this game. A goal was there for us. And we just didn't. And like I said, all I can talk about all these type of things in terms of the Premier League, this and that. A draw is a good result, all those type of things. Cool. But the main thing for us this season, whatever's left of this season, is Europe. And it's Lyon this week. And that's really it. If Xerxes didn't start the game, I think when he got brought on, he looked like an instant threat. He didn't start the game probably because of him resting Lyon. So I better see Xerxes start against Lyon. And I better see, it's really for me, the thing is that the season's just left on Lyon and we go from there. Premier League, there's not really much for us to fight for. And Flawless has been saying the shout to Flawless, I'd end the Premier League season right now if I could. I just want to get to next season, and I'm done with it, man. I'm over this. We've got players who have, like I said, 5.9 shot conversion rate in our team. And we're talking about shit. We have a striker who hasn't scored for like 20 games. and we're talking about stuff, you know. So
Hypothetically, I need to move things around here. Here you go. You guys are fucking shit anyway. I'm expected to beat Fulham. This guy's expected to beat Everton, so we'll be next to each other. Vator.
What about Lewis? He's expected to beat Brentford.
Yeah, but like you're better than him right now, and you drew away.
When Jacob shows up,
no, Jacob's not on that one.
When Jacob pulls up.
Yeah, when Jacob's here. Yeah. When
Wow.
Jacob is here, of course.
Yeah. Anyway,
Vator. Kevin De Bruyne last season against Man United, 0 dubs. Talk to me.
no, I wasn't that shameless.
Okay.
So I can't even. So last season, he told me on A-listers, you're calling me shameless. He's the one that said on A-listers last season, Sam, last season of Jurgen Klopp, you couldn't even beat Man United. That's what he told me. So the last season of Kevin De Bruyne, you couldn't even beat Man United, Vader. So what
okay, man, that's what we do. You know, Kevin De Bruyne, same thing. Last Manchester derby for him, he didn't do anything. I remember once Steven Gerrard also last game for him against Man United got sent off. He didn't really do anything either. So.
No, I noticed.
It's kind of like it's a track record of how things go.
Sucking his daughter's toes as well. Completely disgusting.
Just saying. Hey, Paul Scholes, when he retired, he lifted a Premier League title.
I remember Ryan Giggs sleeping with his brother's wife.
I'm just saying. Hey, listen, man. KDB, Steven Gerrard, last game
for them against Manchester United.
I'm just saying it's a track record. It's not about
guys. What I noticed
is it is what it is.
Hey, at least Gerrard never slept with his brother's wife.
He must have no Manchester City fans anywhere near where he lives. Because
first of all, there's not a lot of Manchester City fans around, anyways.
In general,
so that's one. But you're right. I don't actually have a lot of Manchester City.
You know,
fans.
one man.
What's the problem? Why do you? Where's this observation coming from, Egal? Why do you say that?
Observations coming from the way that he speaks about other clubs. I see more of a brotherhood with Man City than I do
brotherhood.
Yeah,
No. Now
I don't see no hatred
from where. I mean, look, it's like this. Again, it just goes back to yes, it's technically a derby, and I want to, of course, win this derby. And I said we should have won this game, and I'm a little disappointed that we didn't. But at the end of the day, if you really think about it, that game mattered more for them than it did for us in terms of the league. They're in a top 4 race. They needed to win that.
100%.
Yeah, and the way that they performed, I would hope to hear, like we're going to hear from Vator, but I would hope to hear there's a little bit of disappointment with the way that they played, because I thought we should have won, and I thought we were the better team throughout the whole game.
I mean, here's the thing, Egal, don't get mistaken for the fans that you interact with and the hatred that gets displayed on panels, right? I'm a very likable person. Many City fans are likable people. So, what, did I say something wrong?
You're a likable person.
Am I not? Am I saying something out of pocket? No,
because you're likable. You ain't likable. You're very shameless.
Wow.
You're not likable at all.
Elite gaslighter.
Likable. No one here is likable.
Don't worry, Vator. You're likable to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Lewis,
I like you, Vader. I just
no,
Vator's
likable to me. I'm a prick.
I like you, but I just don't like your club.
I own it.
Yeah, I agree. But you can't be like, you can't say the word likable about yourself.
No, I'm saying Vator's likable to me. I'm a prick.
And I'm saying he can't say it about himself, though. You can't.
I said it about the fan base. The City fan base are very likable. That's why there's not much hate.
So how can they be likable when you and Hamza exist? Tell me.
What? Wow.
What? Why are you stuttering?
Husam.
You and Hamza exist together, and you want to say you're likable.
What?
I'm this close to liking Arsenal fans more than you, and you're talking about likable. Likable, my ass.
No. I hear you all the time. I could care less about City. My hatred is for United. I hear that all the time. I own
that. United are the worst fans. Shik is a nice guy. He will send a sly dig here and there. He's actually the only likable one on this panel. You get me? All the rest of us ain't likable. Stop this. Okay?
All right.
All of that's likable. Right. If I'm doing a calm, non-agenda show, the only guy that I can invite from this panel is Shik. He can do complete calm, objective, and do this whole smile in your face thing. All of us, we're very unlikable. Lewis is a prick. I'm a prick. Egal's a prick, and you're a prick.
Nah, I think Vader, he's Canadian, right? So he gets away with it.
Yeah, and you're Canadian as well. You're both pricks.
You're Canadian. You're becoming a lot more UK.
I'm Canadian, but I've been corrupted by a lot.
Oh man,
Stop it. You guys ain't likable, man. Stop it. You're all criminals. The only likable person is Shik. I stick by that. Jacob ain't likable either, by the way.
Oh no,
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 come
no,
here.
no.
Jacob's the
He will
worst.
come here and make the
Listen,
Manchester
y'all
Derby look
just saying
fun.
I'm likable right now because my team is shit. That's why I'm likable.
I promise
Because
you,
all
the
y'all
first
do
thing
is
is gonna
just cook
come in
me.
here.
My team
Like,
is
if I
bad
ask
to
I've
me
only
every
known
single
you
week.
when your team's
So I'm
shit.
likable. Yeah, but yeah,
I've
it was
only
just
known
This is Jacob. If I ask him, what are your thoughts on the Manchester Derby? Manchester City and Manchester United. We beat them both. Ainge Postecoglou, my manager. That's what he's gonna say.
all wrong.
Don't forget the cock chair and the random bullshit about the cock chair.
Yeehaw!
Uh,
Every
Yeah.
hotel,
hotel
has,
chair,
has
everybody-
a chair in it.
Listen, I will be honest, Shik. You've been on here for I don't know how long now, but I've never heard you cook anybody. It's always, you know what? My team played well. You guys are
I've
much
cooked
better
your
than us.
team so many times. What do you mean? I've cooked
My team, you're like it. Even when you faced Arsenal, you didn't really cook. You just kind of came and been like, "Oh, you guys should have beat us."
Nah,
Oh, but brother, what do you want me to cook? I drew 0-0 to them, and we should have won the game. That's what I've been saying. Like, I think we should have won the game. But what
I'm
should I
saying-
cook? I'm 13th in the league, and I'm fighting for Europa League, which I don't even can confidently say that we're going to win. I can't cook anyone, man. And my rival is about to win their 28th league title and match us finally. What am I supposed to cook? This is a shit season for us. I thought Ruben was gonna come in and change things, and no, it's gotten
You want him
somehow
out?
worse.
You want him out now?
I don't want him out. No, I don't. I don't. I will. You answer me that. You ask me that question next season.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And
Balance.
ask me that question next season.
I think
I'll tell
all
you.
United fans must be like Egal with Arteta. I think it was Staffy that first started this, and I agree with him. You have to be like the Man United Egal, because it cannot. This whole thing, it cannot be a situation where you think the manager solved the problem. It just doesn't solve it. You have
Yeah,
way
but
too
it's
much.
a complete
bullshit.
different. Well, you can't compare that, in my opinion, because it's complete different situation. This is a Ruben just come into.
Yeah,
this team
Amara spent
the last
700
year.
million. But
Yeah,
here's
he
the
has
thing
to
where
spend
I
7
call out Man
million.
United
Yeah.
fans' hypocrisy, because your fan base deserves to get called out. I tell you for what.
Of course, my fan
Look,
is stupid.
no, the fan base of Man United in general deserves to get called out. Tell you why. For 4 years, 5 years, Lewis, Egal, and Vator will confirm what I'm about to say as well, because they worked with Man United fans. All we heard is, we want a style, we want a system. طب يا حيوان, you see the style and the system, so why are you bitching? Let the guy get the players that suits the style and the system, and then after that, cook him, say you want him out, say blah, blah. But you can't 4 years of my life, he has no style, he has no system, Oli don't have tactics, Ten Hag doesn't have tactics. But there's clearly tactics. I don't watch Man United now and think, wow, there is no tactics. There's obviously tactics. There's obviously a style. You can tell what the style is. You can tell the way that they're trying to play, 100%. All they need is just the players to suit the style of play. And then if he gets the players that suit the style of play and you're still crap, then we can talk. That's the thing.
100%. That's exactly where I'm at. It's more so that's why I'm not like Ruben Amorim out this season. I have to obviously be able to judge him on a fair like platform, which is next season. And again, like don't get me wrong. Don't think like, oh, we're just next season, everything's gonna be okay. No, the pressure's on. I think these run of results, the way that he has, you know, how the team has performed, which we all probably could have argued before that we thought it would be better. Because of the fact that it hasn't been better, I think there's a massive amount of pressure going into next season. Pressure on the board, pressure on him, and he has to deliver at the end of the day, and that's just what it is. And if it isn't, we go to the next person. We're back to that cycle again, which is okay. But yeah, that's just what it is. But all sights on this week, midweek, Leon.
Yeah,
tough game. Yeah. Very, very tough game for us.
I'll speak on the derby. I'll speak on the derby as well.
My bad, Vator.
She gave his point. I mean, listen. The fact that United were able to play that game and get a draw against, 4-peat winners said a lot. He was able to do that against Pep. And this is Amrin. Like you said, he wasn't even here in the summer transfer window. He inherited a team that he's trying to make right. So the draw in a derby, you got to give the man some credit for the tools that Shik cusses every watch along. He talks about the poor talent, the lack of skill, the terrible signings prior to this manager coming here. And he's obviously always mad with who he selects with the starting 11. He got a draw. Now, I disagree with Shik when he says he thought his team were better overall to win the game. I think you guys were better second half. I think we actually could have put you to the sword early in the game. We were playing that game without, imagine Husam having to play a game without Salah. We were playing that game without Haaland, right? So we had our challenges in it, but I thought we did enough.
You're playing without Diallo.
Yeah, Ahmad, who scored the winner last time.
Oh, hold on. I can understand talking about
Your best player was missing. Their best player was missing.
I can say one thing about my best player being Haaland and comparing that to Salah, but I'm not gonna do the comparison to missing Haaland and missing any United player to the likes of a Haaland. It's not the same. It's not the same.
If someone's rich and he loses his Lamborghini, and the other guy is poor and he loses his Honda, you both lost your car. End of discussion. Because the Honda to him is the value of the Honda to him is the same as the value of the Lamborghini to you.
No, he's already accustomed to having a certain pace. His pace is already slow. I'm actually losing something incredible with regards to the balance of my team, and they were able to defend us very well with us missing Haaland. Marmoush, I think, was played out of position. When you guys want to overly criticize me and say you never talk about your manager, you never talk about your.
Was he playing right wing?
Yeah,
I actually thought he was. I actually thought he was.
he
decent.
playing right
I think
wing or
Marmoush
left?
was playing. I think Marmoush was played out of position.
Where
for the
was he
game.
playing?
He's playing up front.
He
Oh,
was
he's playing left.
he was playing forward, but he was shifting over to the right. He was playing centrally. It was a combination of KDB playing false nine, Marmoush playing false nine. It was Pep was doing a lot with regards to that game. I think he could have kept it simple and just been a lot more direct, put that defense under some pressure. But overall,
Excuses.
no, I'm giving my observations of the game. If I can make excuses at the end, but what I observed in this game was Pep got it wrong. That's not an excuse. That's an observation. That's a criticism. I don't think if I say Arteta got it wrong, I'm creating an excuse for you. I don't think if you were to say Saka wasn't playing, that I'm giving you an excuse. It's a circumstance, right? So Haaland not playing, that's a circumstance. It's not an excuse. Now,
Did Pep get it wrong, or did he get out coached by Ruben Amorim 3 times?
You know what? I would say, and this is why United fans need to be very patient with Amorim. They need to continue on with him for another year. Yes, he out-coached Pep for a 3rd game now. Amorim is the one that you need to invest in. Be patient, United fans. He will take you to the promised land, because if he's able to get results like this versus Pep, give him time. Give him his ingredients. Let the man cook next season. This quick turnaround, because I've heard it from Shik and other United fans say, you know what? Oh, we're having our worst season ever. Our Prem era, this is the worst ever under Ollie. Let's fire him. You know what you do? You get a next manager. You know what ends up happening? This is the worst season ever in the Prem era. Let's get rid of him. All right, now you're going to want to get rid of Amorim.
And now you get Amorim, and you want to know what's happening? This is the worst season ever.
Exactly.
Yeah. But okay. But what's been the constant? What's been the constant through all those 3 managers?
No. Stop interrupting Vator. He's cooking.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just saying. I'm saying you got rid of Ollie. Worst season ever, and then you got rid of the next manager, worst season ever. I'm telling you, don't get rid of Amorim. This is your worst season ever. Don't get rid of him, though. Be patient. This is what you guys have been lacking for years. Be patient. Let the man get his ingredients, let him cook, and then move on.
I'm saying the next time might be a relegation battle.
Hey, but that if it gets to there, that's when you want to fire the manager. But listen, you've seen Chelsea do it. Chelsea are the only ones that can fire quick managers like that and still remain at a competitive, challenging level. Look, they're about to play for the European title. So,
wait, guys, do you see that? Do you see Vader? That's deflections. Let's get back to the main man. The main man.
Yes. Here we go.
Oh.
I was waiting to see how long it would take for him to mention
I heard today the man's about to turn 25 in May, and he's still being called the best young player. He's getting the Jesse Lingard.
First of all, I do want to say
Jesse Lingard treatment.
I do want to say the chants that were in the crowd, disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful. I do want to say that. The chants in the crowd do not condone that at all.
You're taking it too far. They're calling his mom.
They said his mom's a slag. I'll be so real. Does it even need a disclaimer? This is what football fans do.
Yeah. This is what they do. Yeah. Just want to say though. Did
you really just say disclaimer for your mom's a whore? Come on, man.
Yeah, bruv. Like I hear that all the time at the football. Whoop-de-doo.
I said that about Michael Oliver.
No, but guys, what's that behind Vader? Is that Jack Grealish? Let's talk about
What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about Phil Foden.
Yeah, we'll talk about Phil Foden. I mean, listen, Phil's 24, 25.
25. Yeah.
Would any of us say that Saliba's a young player? Nah, he's not a young player. He's of that age. There's no young player status. I think we should do the same with Phil Foden. Phil Foden, Saliba, same in age. It's no young player. No need to discover. No need to get that experience. They should be what they are, right? Now, the fact that Phil Foden's been doing it for so many seasons, you guys are surprised by how young he is, right? Or you're surprised that he's looked at with a player with some promise, just like Saliba. Now, there's no excuses.
Wait.
I think Foden. What's wrong? What's wrong?
Just so you know, Phil Foden's 1 year Saliba senior. Just saying.
Oh, 25, 24. Okay, we'll give Saliba another year before we say he's what? He's old. He's old enough. He's still a young player.
Good games, TV. Phil Foden was a teammate of Yaya Toure. Have some shame. Talk about youngster.
Okay,
He
I can
played
talk
with
loud into the
Yaya
microphone
Toure.
too, Husam. The fact that he was playing with
Listen,
Yaya so
Phil
many years
Foden-
ago speaks to how good of a young talent he was
Phil
back
Foden-
then. Egal, don't step on this. Let me talk. Because
I
Phil
started
Foden
this
was able to play. Because Phil Foden was
he
able
was,
to
so
play.
he no longer is a youth player.
No, the fact that he was playing with Yaya so long ago and he didn't have to start as a left back means that he's been that nice for a long time. So let's just relax because he is nice and he's been nice. Now, this season, he's been off. I agree. He's been off. But write him off if you want. I've been saying it. He hasn't been at the level. He did deserve what he got last season, but he hasn't been at the level this season. And what he needs to do is take the hits, take all the comments, take Egal asking me every stream, what about Phil Foden? And then prove everybody wrong next season. Now, he had an off game, but I don't think he was garbage. I don't think he was crap. I think the way we played was a little too lackluster. It wasn't direct enough, and that's across the board. But Phil, I like when Phil took a shot from outside, had Onana have to kind of go outside. It was outside the 18-yard box. I think he also got in great position when the pass got to him. He couldn't get his feet set to get a shot off. It went wide. But no, Phil wasn't garbage, but he wasn't the player of the year. I'll agree, and I'll continue to say that. But let's all relax. Let's all relax because do you want to place the bet on whether Phil's going to be back at the level or not?
That's true. That's true.
So you can tell me right now, Egal, with all these questions this season, do you want to say that Phil's done? Do you want to tell me that he's not going to be that guy next year?
Actually, when you say back to that level, I'll answer that question.
I don't have to speak.
This is just his regular level. He only had one standout season where he got 19 goals and 8 assists.
Fuck you, Leicester.
No. Now you're doing too much.
This is a standard level.
This is who Phil Foden is.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it
even then, Husam, even in that standout season,
you could room Hamza. Anyway, so yeah, it's just a standard level, mate.
He's a good player in a good team, but he can't carry the water all the time.
Husam, even in that standout season, you can argue that he probably shouldn't have won the player of the season. So you can't even say that in that standout season he was out and out the player of the season.
No, because Rodri's up.
Because Rodri was a clear candidate as well. Yeah.
Okay, that's happened many seasons where you can kind of choose. Oh, the person that didn't get in second could have gotten it. That's happened many times. What are we doing here?
Freddie Ljungberg won a player of the season. Do you think people go back and say Freddie Ljungberg carried Arsenal? No.
Rodri won the Ballon d'Or this season. You're telling me he wouldn't have won the Premier League?
No, I'm just
giving you examples. Are you talking about Phil Foden carrying last season?
I'm just giving you examples because at the end of the day, people are going to remember Phil Foden won PFA Player of the Year, Premier League Player of the Year.
Deservingly so.
But going now a year forward, people are going to really realize, oh, Rodri, when he goes down, the City team falls off. Phil Foden's still there, and they're incapable of winning these games. Is it actually Phil Foden was the difference maker, or was Phil Foden just putting the bow on the ties?
Yeah. Well, Egal, let me take you back. I know it's been a couple of years. Let me take you back.
Getting a brace.
Fully leaving the stadium.
That's all good. Let me take you back to school to be able to actually get the proper result of an experiment, or to have a hypothesis and realize what the results are. It's going to require some time. So we can't answer that this season. So we can answer that next season when you will have Phil Foden and Rodri and be able to actually have that comparison. Now.
Let me respond. We also have one thing that we can answer from this season. Phil Foden, this season, when the chips are down, when somebody needs to step up, when your team is struggling, when your team is not looking good, guess what happens? Hooked after 56 minutes and 44 seconds and can't even show up in a derby, where he consistently has been told he is Mr. Manchester Derby, gets braces, gets 3 goals, gets a hat trick, does all these things. But no, the actual reality is in these games when he's actually needed and there's other players not able to perform at the same level, like a Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri's not available. This season was the season where they needed him more than ever. And he's incapable of doing it.
And I'll
and
respond.
If you want to say he's injured, well, we're in April. I thought the injury happened in September. Get over yourself.
Yeah, this is excellent.
Oh,
because when we're going to talk about players being injured,
not only did the injury happen in September, they also spent 170 million after that injury. And the option that replaced Rodri was on the bench. He goes by the name of Nico Gonzalez. But Mr. Pep Guardiola decided to start Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, who have a combined age of 98 years old. And he wanted to start, Bernardo Silva as well, big 2025, who's fucking shit now anyway, and he's a little rat. And I've been telling people he's a scumbag rat. And he started Kovacic as well. So that's who he started. Let's look at Manchester City's bench, ladies and gentlemen. Nico Gonzalez, bought in January. Vitor Reis, bought in January. Kusanov, bought in January. Savinho, bought in the summer. McAtee, brought back from his loan. Jeremy Doku, fresh signing. Rico Lewis, young player. Habibi, who told you to play all these players? I didn't tell you to play all these players. You had Rico Lewis, natural right back. You played Matheus Nunes. That's not on me. That's on you. You had Nico Gonzalez, natural DM. You played Kovacic. That's not on me. That's on you. You had Kusanov, who's actually been a solid center back for you. You played Gvardiol. That's not on me. That's on you. So he had the solutions even on his own bench, but he just didn't use them. He didn't utilize them. So they can hold that. Let me ask you a question, Vator. This guy right here, Zorro, as you can see, is a City fan. He actually is a City fan, and he's pep out. He's been saying that we're not in a top 4 race. We are in a Europa Conference League race. Are you worried, Vator, that you might go further down the pack and end up in that Europa right there?
No, I'm not worried.
There you are.
I am pep in, by the way. If there is a pep out, pep in Manchester City fan base division, I'm pep in. As hilarious as that is. And with regards to competing for conference, nah. I'm confident that we're going to be playing for Champions League.
You could be playing in the championship. We never know. We never know.
No, we never know. And everybody's excited and hoping for a negative result. But you know what? The problem is, and this is where it gets kind of scary, right? Because you have the likes of Arsenal not winning the league versus City. You have the likes of Liverpool not winning the league because of City. You know what? All you guys are hoping and praying for the 115 to be real. Because
I'm the reason why you didn't win like 9
you know something? One second. Just so everyone knows, I don't give a shit. I didn't get to see my team celebrate.
Your smile was ear to ear just now. You know what? You might be playing in conference and you were smiling ear to ear.
I don't care about the past awards because those are done. We lost. We can't go back and retrospectively be awarded those awards. That's the reality. Even if we were, our fans never got to celebrate.
Oh, you're happy to not play City next year if we happen to be in conference.
I'm just saying, if Manchester City are guilty or not guilty, I've always said I don't think you actually are going to be guilty, but it's always
I don't think so. They are going to be.
But when it comes down to it, if you do have any major outcome coming off the back of this, it could potentially hurt your transfer window. Maybe that's why you bought all those players in January.
No, that's not why.
I'll tell you something right now, Vator, and I'm been completely public about this. If you're even found guilty of like one charge, bro, just one charge out of the 130, I'm gonna act like you were found guilty of all 130.
Oh, yeah,
I'm telling you right now. That's just how I operate. You are guilty in the public eye, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And then
when you get found guilty of having the grass too tall, it's long.
It's done.
Yeah, but you know what?
Don't talk. You guys,
you should give Chelsea back their FA Cup.
Chelsea's no better.
I should give Chelsea back their FA Cup.
Oh, we had oil money. You wish Usmanov bought your club and you wouldn't care about oil money then.
Bro, best believe we had oil
money. Yeah. If Usmanov came and took over your club,
we had oil money.
You lot with world-class players,
Look what you done.
You wouldn't give a damn. Sorry, Roman didn't buy Arsenal, innit?
Hey, be careful. You get Champions League football, you might not even be allowed to play in it because you guys still have to beat the allegations of the FFP issues.
Oh, why are we becoming
football
police here right now?
We're gonna pay a fine and it's all good. You're hoping.
You thought you could sell your women's team for 150 million. They're not worth 15 pence, bro.
Whoa,
why have we become football police?
They're still above you in the league. So,
hey, get a Champions League for your women's team. How about that?
Don't talk.
It must be nice for you to talk about that. Fair enough. It's a rarity. Fair enough. I can switch the where's your European Cup. That's hilarious.
I had to.
That's
You
wild.
don't get a lot of time to talk about the women. I hear it.
Let's get
That's
it.
wild.
Anyway,
You know what? Hold on.
let's
Let me say this
about
because you guys were bringing up the
former
115.
champions.
Husam, you're gonna have the
Yes.
biggest apology. You should have the longest stream where you're like FSG for life. Because if we found guilty, and if you carry on the way you say you're gonna carry on, if the grass is too long and it's one guilty charge, then you're gonna have to say FSG. You guys did all that you could. You would have won all those prems. You would have won all those prems had it not been for cheating City that had the grass too long. So you better apologize to FSG. You're fraud.
Also, at the start of the stream, Vator, I'm very likable. Like, I'm actually very likable, and the fan base really like me. Like,
Husam, you
I'm
smell
so
that?
likable.
Bullshit,
so like-
right?
Fucking gaslight.
All the bullshit. Oh man, it's a good show, man.
FSG only lost to cheating City. You better apologize.
No, but on a real, Vader, is that Jack Grealish behind you? Because he really needs to work out and get himself back to his full best, right?
He has 1 goal in 16 months. I'll be honest with you, Vator. I want you to answer. Be objective. If I, in the next 3 months, you get me, lost like 10 kilograms and got match fit, stopped smoking.
How are you losing? How are you losing it?
10 kilograms in 3 months is completely doable, by the way. Don't be dramatic.
No, I'm just exactly. How are you
Very
doing?
Working out and
Consistent gym.
calorie deficit.
Working out, gym, eating healthy. I quit smoking. I become a Manchester City player next season. Pep gives me 5 minutes per game. Do you think I'm going to have more than 1 goal in 16 months? Be honest.
I reckon you have a better shot conversion than Garnacho. That's one thing.
I promise you I'm going to score more goals.
I promise you will have more shot conversion than Garnacho.
Listen, all I need to lose is, I know myself, right? I just need to, I've lost a lot of weight already. I just have like the last 10 kilos left. I'm working really hard on it. I'm going to get there, inshallah. 6-pack season and shit. So when I get there, Vator, just if I go work out for Manchester City.
Take a before and after photo. Take a before and after photo.
No, that's I have the before already.
Okay.
So now, just give me 5 minutes per game. Every game, Pep subs me on in the 85th minute. Do you think I score more goals than Grealish? Be honest.
No, we're not doing this.
A liar. That's why you're laughing.
Hold on, I'll answer. Let me answer. Egal, let me answer the man. The only way you do that is if you go against Pep's system. If you go against the instructions that he's giving you. Because I know that when Grealish is brought on in many games that you guys want to kind of tally up, he is to see often he's to see the game out. He is to see the game out, hold that possession, frustrate the other side, and not necessarily go all out and try to score goals. So listen, if you want to break Pep's system, yes, I would give it to you. Go out there and just go gunning for a goal. Yes, you could do it.
Bro, can I ask you a question?
They're cooking you in the chat, Husam.
One second.
Someone said if the other team leaves the field,
You know how I know this is possible? And Husam,
Rafael Rocha has a haircut.
You know how I know this is possible and Husam is right? There is a youngster in your team who I think has had barely any appearances and is level on
McAtee, who has more goals.
No. Even worse. Nico Riley played how many games this season?
Nico O'Reilly.
He has, I think, the same amount of goals as Jack Grealish this season in all comps.
Okay.
So so I think Husam has a point. I think if he does get the game time,
how many goals does Gabriel have for you guys? Like sometimes you can outscore some of your forwards and midfielders. Yes.
Hey, fair play. Mikel Moreno has more goals than 90% of your forwards. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's playing your what? Kai Havertz role.
Yeah, man. That just tells you don't need to find a striker. You have one at home.
Yeah, you just need to slap somebody up there. That's good.
Shik, you know, Egal is right about you. You just consistently twerk for Man City. Like,
he's not twerking. He's killing Arsenal.
This is Shik. Shik is on the show to cook Liverpool and Arsenal. That's it. Everyone else, yada 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 yada, twerk. That's it. That's all you do. You had a chance there to cook the shit out of the City forwards, and you made it like an Arsenal thing. Like,
because he mentioned
because Egal's really not likable.
Shik,
on the likable scale,
you're not likable either. Shik don't like you.
Whenever we talk about Man City, whenever we talk about Man City, from now on, we're talking Megan Thee Stallion. That's all we got to do. Megan Thee Stallion
is the villain.
Whenever we talk about Chelsea or Man City, Shik turns into Megan Thee Stallion. You're right.
This is true.
I agree with John Milton in the chat. I think you're protecting me from from Arsenal, from cooking Arsenal as well.
Yeah, but
we'll
that
get to that.
wasn't that
We'll get to
wasn't
that,
the
we'll
time
get to
to send a shot at Arsenal. We would
No, it
send
was
shot
time.
at Arsenal together, but that's not the time because Mikel Merino has more goals than City forwards. That's fucking bad, bro. How does DM have more goals than Doku and Savinho, young Gaucho?
That's true. I
Like,
mean,
Mikel-
Lisandro Martinez has more goals than I think their forwards as well, than Jack Grealish. Or,
Perfect. See?
Yeah,
Now
I
you're
mean, listen, going after
or-
Jack
Bro,
Grealish is easy.
Marmoush came in January, and he's already about to be their second highest goal scorer.
Yeah, because he's played at striker and he's played off the striker.
Bro,
There's different roles. This is what. Hold on, let me say this because obviously there's different generations here, right? This whole every player on the team is supposed to be delivering goals when we have a Haaland up front. Like, can we just relax? There's points with regards to Pep where it's been feed him, feed the big man. He's the focal point. So when you want to crash it on Jack Grealish, what is he doing? Well, yeah, I would argue he's not getting enough assists. I wouldn't kill him for not getting goals. This is where I'm like, what are you guys doing here?
All right,
Pick a better target.
All right, let's be sympathetic. Kevin De Bruyne has finished. It's his testimonial season. Clap for him. Gundogan's finished. It's his last season. Let's clap for him. Bernardo Silva's finished. We know what he's going to do. He's going to go to Portugal, live his days out there. Fair play. Clap for him. Kovacic, is he also finished? Vader?
Kovacic isn't a starter.
Is he
but
finished?
I would keep him on the squad, but he's not a starter.
Okay, so he's not finished. Fair play. Doku, it seems like the project's failed. They're going to get rid of him in the summer.
Doku's in his second year. We'll see whether
finished.
he gets let go or
No.
not.
I've heard rumors that he's on this chopping block and he's finished. You have more faith in him than your club does, and he might be finished too. So let's clap for
Wait,
him.
you're hearing rumors from the club? Because
Why are
the
we
club
clapping
don't
for
release
Doku? I would never
rumors.
clap for Doku. Why would we
Bro,
clap for Doku?
apparently he's going to be leaving. Let's clap for him. Jack Grealish, sympathy. He's going through a lot of struggles. Let's clap for him too. One goal.
Yeah, a lot of exits from
Fair
City.
play. So Manchester City, you got a lot of work to do in the summer. Let's see what you guys do. And hopefully you guys don't get Champions League football for your sake, so then you can actually be competitive.
Wait, hopefully. What?
Yeah, because if you get Champions League football next season, you might have the same problem next season.
No. Okay.
Too many games, right? Too many games, right?
No, it had nothing to do with too many games. This is the thing. Because funny enough, we dealt with a lot of injuries this season, but I can understand my injury woes because I was going out and winning things at the end of the season. Your injury woes made no sense to me. So
by the way,
let me finish, Egal. I'll let you go on. And now that I'm about to cook a little bit, you want to interrupt.
All right, go ahead.
Injury woes kept me out from really competing this season. Facts. Now I can understand the last 3-4 years on why that's happening to me. Doesn't make any sense to why it's happening to you. And if you're going to have Champions League football, more games, I don't know why you're looking promising to actually having positive results next year. I can see my club, I can see my team being positive with the multiple games next season with new incoming players. The reality for you, we can't quite say that. Now, I'll also say this. Before any of you want to crash it on these players that are so-called done, KDB was here before Pep. KDB was here Pellegrini times. KDB's won it all. It is time to say thank you, farewell. Thank you. Actually, thank you for KDB. The same thing goes for Gundogan.
Thank
the
you
same
for Palmer.
I think people need to chill out on the all-time 11.
All right. I need to respond. Husam, please screen share. Bro, when did you win the league with significant injuries? You had 3 injuries in 2023, 2024. You had 22. Noise it. Let me finish. Then we got the next one. You go through it. This is the Athletic Post. Literally, you can see they're talking about it, and they're saying, when did teams win the goddamn league with injuries? You can see here that you had 1 injury that season. You had another season where you had 1 significant injury. Liverpool won the league. They had 3 significant injuries. You go through the list of teams that have won the league. No team that has won the league in the last decade has had significant injuries to the level.
To be fair, we had 1 game a week.
So you need to stop all this bullshit about we won leagues when we had injuries. No, you fucking didn't.
I didn't say that. I said the reason why I'm having and Egal, the reason why I'm struggling this season is because of what I've had to do the last 4 years. Explain to me why you're struggling this season when you haven't been playing and delivering anything the last 4 years. That's the question that I'm asking, and I can make a voice all high pitched too if you want to. But
perfect segue. Before big up first of all to Dan Potts for the raid. We got 500 people locked in. Make sure guys are liking, make sure guys subscribe. I'm going to redirect you to the Mud Brothers after this as well because Shik is live. So stay here because you have entertainment all day long. Guys, can we get the likes up, you bunch of bums? You can't even get to 200 likes with 500 people in here. Also, the first time you guys ever heard the Spurs song was on A-Listers. Jacob has released a new single.
Oh, Foden, where did you go? Last year you were magic, now you're moving slow. Can't score, can't dribble, can't even pass. You look like my grandma's cat rolling in the grass. Might have to retire as the youngest star in Saudi. Who would have thought he'd end up like Dele Alli? The golden boy used to be so clutch. Now even my Uncle Joe has a better touch.
Who would have thought he would have ended up like Dele Alli? Who would have thought?
Actually crazy, you know.
That's
What
cold.
the hell?
That's cold. The
Shout out
like,
to
the new
Uncle Joe.
single,
Pick
you
up
know.
Uncle Joe. You
That's
get
bad.
me, you know. Jacob's on his way, you guys. He needs 10 minutes. He's just on a highway. Egal trying to cook City when Arsenal ain't 8 yet. Perfect segue to speak about Arsenal. Big up everyone locked in. As I said, do like the video and subscribe. Also, all these guys' channels in the description, so please do give them a subscribe. Egal, Everton draw, and your thoughts on Madrid. I have the combined 11 ready to play for the audience. So, tell me.
All right. First things first. Mazlou Skelly getting called for a penalty in that situation. Never a penalty. Honestly, it's just laughable now. You just gotta laugh because it's actually hilarious. All the shit that happens. Is he being targeted? Potentially. Is there an issue with the referees? Yes. We already know this. Is Mikel Arteta calling it out anymore? No. He's trying to get on side so maybe they can give us the title next season. Because they decided on numerous seasons where they don't want to give us a title because of what he said in the past. And Arsenal
things need to fall into place for you to win the title.
Arsenal fans, I've come to the conclusion that the PGMOL are a mafia, and they have it out to get to anybody who calls them out. And if you say anything negative about them or call them out, they're gonna try to come for you. And Arsenal have been on the wrong side of every single 50-50 or close challenging call. You could see controversy left, right, and center every game. And is it because Arsenal fans call it out the most, or is it just because there's so many controversial calls in Arsenal games? Now, if I forget about the refereeing decisions for a second, we still should have won the game. I'm disappointed that we didn't go and get the second goal. And that's probably the main thing you guys are going to want to talk about. But Arsenal should have done more. We really focused on the Real Madrid game. We put out a weakened team. We played Raheem Sterling, Mikel Moreno, and Trossard with a midfield of Jorginho, Rice, and Ethan Nwaneri. So that was a weakened team right there. And it was good to see that we're going to be focusing on the Champions League and trying to take it serious versus Real Madrid, obviously, because that's all we have left. And in the league, regardless what happened in the Liverpool game, I don't think even if we won, we're getting any closer to winning this league title, man. So,
do you think that Lewis Kelly is now being targeted?
Yeah, I do think so, because this is not a conspiracy theory. I'm just looking at the red card that he got given versus West Ham was fair. The one versus Wolves, the reaction to it, where not only Arsenal got fined, but they did a whole campaign about referees getting abused, and Arsenal fans online were sending death threats and stuff. I'm pretty sure they see the same level of insult and criticism and ridiculous calls, ridiculous messages from fans, depending on whoever it is. And if you want to look at it from that angle, you can see that he's actually already been brought down by the player. And that's why he went and fell over, because he literally pushed him down after a 50-50. And hey, if you want to say that is a foul, at least be consistent. Because in the Liverpool game, you see Virgil van Dijk.
I don't want to talk about the Liverpool game.
A massive coming together, and they don't want to give it as a foul. But then in this situation, they say they've deemed it enough contact to be significant enough to be a foul. It's ridiculous.
Two different refs, different situations.
I want to know, when is VAR actually going to do its job properly? Because I don't think VAR is the problem. The referees are too afraid to actually call the on-field referee and tell him, yo,
I want to hear the accountability about not winning the game despite the call. Let's hear about that.
Yes,
we should
the
have done
second
more.
part
We should
of
have
your
done more. We
statement.
didn't do enough in the final third. This has been a problem for majority of the season. We could talk about referees. We could talk about everything else, but we just don't score enough goals in these games that are
Yeah,
tight.
why? Why?
And I think that's down to the lack of different ideas that we have with the players that we have to our disposal. If we did have Trossard, if we did have Kai Havertz and Jesus, maybe we could throw
Excuses?
maybe we could throw five attacking players out there instead of having a situation where you have two defensive midfielders still out there.
Is it the players that don't have the ideas, or is it the manager?
I think it's the lack of squad depth due to.
Vator, I know you want to speak on Arsenal before you leave, but I'm going to provide you the conspiracy. I actually think.
Come on, people, like the stream.
Yes, like the stream. I do think that there is a Lewis Skelly agenda. Can't lie to you.
I think so too.
really
Definitely.
No,
It's not.
I
It's
really do.
out there. Yeah, you can see it.
I really do believe it. I'll tell you why. The ref was really quick to give a decision that's not a penalty, in my opinion. I don't think that was a penalty at all. I watched the replay from the other angle, the angle just before the goal, and they gave a penalty for that straight away. And you guys know this season I've been on Arsenal's ass anyway, but it's genuinely not a penalty. Like, I just don't think in any way, shape, or form it's a penalty. And the foul started by Jack Harrison first, so he initiated the contact. This is where you have to criticize.
That's
Lewis.
not true.
You have to say, when he initiates the contact with you, dive, mate, because dives is what get you a foul. So just dive if someone initiates the contact with you, and this whole thing wouldn't have happened. I think it's a very soft penalty, nowhere near a penalty in my opinion. Yeah, he initiates the contact there. If
Who's
Lewis
initiating contact? Lewis has
right
his arm
there.
across him.
So you just paused it. If Lewis Kelly dives there, I promise you it's foul on Harrison. Just
Look
dive.
at no.
Probably
Lewis
is.
has an arm across
You're right.
him, preventing him from going forward.
Yeah, but why are you ignoring where Harrison's arm is?
I'm not. They're both jostling. That's the
Harrison's arm
point.
is on Lewis Kelly's shoulder right here.
And his arm is across him, preventing him from going forward.
And if Lewis
Yeah, but
Kelly
having an
dives
arm
there, it's
across
a
is
foul.
fine. Having an arm across is fine. Having an arm on your shoulder
not
is
not
okay, though.
okay. From the other angle, you see the man's arm is between his legs. The other angle, you see that Lewis Skelly his arm is between the man's legs. He's not able to run. They're both jostling
Okay,
for
since
position.
you're sharing it on your screen, go to Rory's Twitter. Rory Talks Football. He shared the angle, the BN Sports angle, the one from behind the goal.
The one from behind the goal.
Yes, just go to Rory Talks
Look at
Football.
my
on
picture.
Twitter.
What
He
about
shares
this?
the angle from behind the goal. Like this is where the camera is, and I'm the goal, and this is Lewis Skelly. So he shares it from here. Just go
Look
to
at
Rory
that.
Talks Football and you'll see it. Here's the thing, Mark Smith. This is where you're right. First of all, big up for the super chat. He says, Egal, every team gets decisions to go for and against them, but you never call them out when they don't go your way. Don't rely on refs to win games. This is the thing that I agree with Mark Smith on, and Egal needs to call it out more.
I do.
I agree. No. Wait. I agree it's not a penalty. I do think that there is an MLS thing where, like, oh, he got our friend screwed over, so I'm gonna screw him over. Because after the David Coote thing, all this, can everyone stop acting like referees are prophets now? Like, can we actually stop this nonsense? Everyone acting like a ref is God sent and he can never make a mistake in his life. I'm so sick and tired of this fucking shit. Where every time you speak to
like that
someone,
about refs.
no, because people do talk about refs like they're morally superior and they don't have agendas or anything. We literally had a referee sniffing cocaine and them partying out in Thailand together. So when Lewis Kelly is the reason why Michael Oliver doesn't referee big games anymore and shit. I wouldn't be surprised if there is an agenda against Lewis Kelly, and I do think there is an agenda because he couldn't wait to give that penalty. And the thing is, the truth of the matter is, I'm going to be completely honest here. Usually from that type of call, the 50-50s or whatever it is, I think it's very soft. I don't think it's a 50-50. But let's assume for the sake of argument, it's a 50-50. What the ref usually does is he'd say play on, and then he would ask the VAR referee to check if it's a penalty or not. And then if it's a penalty, he'd give it. If it's not a penalty, he wouldn't give it. But he didn't do that. And that's the problem that I have with it. And that's why I think there is an MLS agenda. If the refs are capable of sniffing cocaine and calling Jurgen Klopp a German see you next to, then they're capable of having an MLS agenda. And here's where Mark is also right. Bro, Everton were fucking shit. Everton went to Anfield, gave 150%, tried to kill themselves on the pitch to win that game of football. And then you go away to Everton and you create fucking nothing. I remember one chance Arsenal had the whole game. Martinelli shot that Pickford saved. Fantastic chance. Actually, very good shot, very good save. Other than that, Pickford could have had shisha. Double apple. Like me, he could have been smoking. Adi. Arsenal didn't do shit. And this is where you have to question Arteta, because you have to be balanced in this conversation. Why the fuck are you taking off Nwaneri and putting in Jorginho? Why is Moreno still on the pitch? Ya habibi, Everton are fucking shit. Attack them. And this is where I have. Why am I on the thing? And this is where I give credit. This is where I get. Habib, what's going on?
My bad.
Yeah,
My
that's
bad.
kind
This
of
is where I
crazy.
give. This is where I. Hello, Vator.
You're on
This
the
one I
wrong
get-
tab, bro. I've seen that TikTok as well.
Yeah,
That's
that's Usher. Yo, I just got sent that.
What are you looking at?
Usher was
crazy.
seducing. Oh, my bad. My bad.
That's good.
Usher
This is-
seducing
this is-
some church women, bro.
Yeah,
She ended
out
up
in the
getting a
UK.
divorce as well after that. It's crazy.
What is
This
going
is
on?
where Egal needs to be balanced with his criticism. You have to come here and say, yes, it was shit, but you have to talk about the fact that it was only Martinelli's dangerous chance against an Everton side that were crap. And that's
Bro,
the
did I
unacceptable.
not speak about that?
Hear me out. Hear me out.
You
Last
brushed it,
season,
you brushed
when
it.
I was saying Liverpool got robbed, I said it multiple times. Prime example, in those games, all the people in the panel will vouch. Chelsea fan, United fan, City fan, they all hate my club, but they can vouch that even when we had the decision go against us, we are hitting the post, we are hitting the bar, we are attacking the shit out of teams, we are destroying them. And then I can objectively come here and go like, you know what, that referee decision screwed us over. But when you have a referee decision go against you and you don't lay a glove on Everton, how can I feel upset for you? Tell me.
All right, let me say this though. Fair, and that is true. I agree with you. But in the same breath, Everton wouldn't have scored a goal because they never did anything the whole game to say they were going to score a goal either. So I thought that game was going to end 1-0. But at the end of the day, once they got given the penalty, 1-1 is a fair result. But I don't think the referee should have ever given the penalty in the first place. Now, the issue all season with Arsenal has been goals. That's why we need to go add a striker. That's why we need to go add a left winger. That's why we need to add more quality to this team. And as much as we want to talk about substitutions, bro, the Champions League was the main focus. We brought on Saka, we brought on Martinelli, we brought on Martin Odegaard, but at that point it was like 20 minutes left in the game when we had some of our heavy hitters back. Still, they should have done more, but fair play. We focused on Real Madrid. We got out of there hopefully with no injuries. And we focus on the next game on Tuesday. It's going to be a big night for us, hopefully.
Before we talk about Madrid, Vator, you keep bringing up angles. Do you actually believe it's a pen? Just
Yeah.
talk to me. Forget all the angles.
Yeah, I do.
Just express your opinion honestly. Go on.
Yes, I believe it's a pen. I've watched it from many angles, and I can see both players jostling for position. It's football. There's contact. I can also see Lewis Skelly losing the physical battle, losing his balance, and making it a point where he makes contact with the player in attacking position offensively. It's a pen. And I can see why there's a 50-50. People being like, I don't see it. Oh, I think it's a soft pen. He makes contact with the player in an attacking position where he would have been not able to defend, and man would have had the ball, a chance to score. It's a penalty. So I'm not doing agendas, and I don't do that. I don't, I'm a rival or I'm a title rival, so now I'm going to go after Arsenal. I'm just going to, whatever they say, I'm going to do the opposite. I watched it. I took my time. I can see why the ref gave it a penalty. I've seen penalties.
All I ask is consistency. This was given not as a penalty just last season.
We don't know. No, hold on.
Where's the consistency?
No, I get that. I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be butthurt off what happened last season because I've had terrible calls happen against my club, and I'm not going to be like, oh, you guys wronged me.
Terrible calls happen against your club. Did I just hear a City fan say he had terrible calls go against his club? Wallahi, that's such a good
Shik,
bar
hey,
right
Shik.
there. And you know, Vator, you said it like so believably. Like the way that you expressed that opinion, you made it so believable. Like, oh yeah, we've had decisions go against us as well. You are so full of shit. Like you're actually so full of shit that you need to go and brush your teeth right now because of that statement you just made.
Right,
and you said it so nonchalant as well when you won a whole league title because of Rodri handball, and your shameless ass fan base was talking about hand of Rod. And you come up here and you can tell me that your decisions went against you. Okay. Have some shame and some decorum and be a respectful, honest human being with integrity. That's why at the start when you said you're likable, I laughed because you ain't likable. Stop lying.
Listen.
You know what?
No.
Bad refereeing decisions.
Husam spoke. Now I'm going to address because what Egal loves to do is when you try to do your little cooking, then Egal wants to talk, so I don't get.
Yeah, we got to add on top.
Yeah, you guys like to do your whole
Yeah.
tag
Oh, so
team.
only Shik can twerk for you.
You like to do your
that's the only thing allowed?
bushwhacker tag team. Now, the thing that I'm going to point out here,
Bushwhacker
crazy.
tag team. Never heard that in my
Oh.
life. What is that?
yeah, you guys. Are
What
the
is
bushwhackers.
that?
WWE tag team from the 80s.
Yeah, tell them.
Shout
Now
out
the
to
whole
Bushwhackers.
thing with regards to Egal knows this. Sometimes your star players get it. You know, they play with their hand and they get an advantage, right? They maybe get a goal. It happens sometimes. You move on.
Excuse me? With VAR?
This is before VAR, but it happens, right? Now, Shik, I played in a game, Derby. I've seen offsides before. I've seen players in an offside position not be able to play to the ball. Shik, calmly.
I seen Bernardo Silva take the ball from an offside
Wow.
position.
I've had referee
hell.
decisions go against me as well. I've had
Yeah,
referees.
so when I
decisions
point
go
that
against
out,
me.
why are you
You,
getting so
the
upset?
PGMOL
When I point that
gave a
out, why do
goal
you
to
get
Brentford
upset?
that wasn't a goal, and you still won the league.
Okay, we would have won the league anyways, guys. Let's relax here.
Congratulations, Flossie, for slapping Leicester, by the way.
Now, real quick, because I do have to go, is
Oh.
I don't do the agenda talk with regards to pen calls or VAR. You'll
Yeah, but
catch me
you're
say I agree or
condescending.
disagree. Say again.
You're condescending.
Well, however you take my speech or my flow as condescending, that's up to you. Don't be so sensitive. But the facts are the facts. When I watch it,
Canadian
watch-
Canadian violence right there.
when I watch,
Throw some poutine on each other. Let's go.
Yeah, big up Ash.
Break the
Gyökeres
nip instead
Throw
of
some
bottle on his
poutine on
head
each
top.
other.
Let's go.
Gyökeres scored another goal today. Let's go. Future striker right there.
all right, but listen, I do have to drop. I'm going to do my best to return to the show, and I'll defend my club.
Because
when I
Vator
need
is a
to.
massive celebrity.
Vader
He's getting asked
Machaslamne.
for autographs outside in
Cheers.
Toronto right now. So big up Vator. Big up.
Have a good
Lewis
one.
and
Oh,
Shik.
Vader.
Forget Arsenal Everton. I want to talk about Arsenal Real Madrid. You
Let's
me?
get it. Madrid.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Guys,
Let's go.
like the video,
Ala
subscribe.
Madrid, ya da Naz. Ala Madrid.
I don't have
Ala
anything
Madrid,
Madrid, you know.
nada más. Y nada más.
Rude.
There you go. Y nada más. That's what we want to talk about. So let's look at this year's iteration of Egal's combined 11.
Time
Let's
for my
go.
Arsenal Real Madrid combined 11, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. First, in goal, Thibaut Courtois edges Raya for me. He's still one of the better goalkeepers in the world. With Carvajal injured and Ben White injured for majority of the season, I'm actually going to go Timber at right back. Centre-back pairing with Gabriel injured is going to be Rudiger and William Saliba. But if Gabriel was fit, he would have been in here over Rudiger. Left back with Ferland Mendy injured and nobody else really of quality, we're going to be putting in Miles Lewis-Skelly. The midfield, Jude Bellingham is in, no debate. We already know that. Martin Odegaard's not going to be in this. I'm not going to be putting the 39-year-old Luka Modric in. I'm actually going to go Declan Rice in the defense as Tchouameni's out injured. And it's between Camavinga or Freddy Valverde. I'm going to put Valverde. I think he's been the better player this season. Vinicius is in, I think, no debate. Mbappe's in, no debate. And I put Bukayo Saka in, no debate, over Rodrigo. I think if you guys are telling me Rodrigo's a better player, maybe he's better at shooting and he scored a couple clutch goals in his time at Madrid, but Saka's the better all-around winger. But let me know what you guys think about this combined 11. I'm out of here, people. Let me know your score predictions also for Arsenal versus Real Madrid on Tuesday. It's going to be a very interesting game. And yeah, peace.
5 Arsenal players.
Couple of questions. Yeah, I have a couple of questions.
I just have one. Can we have a combined 11 without the injuries?
That's a good question, to be fair.
Not as good.
Well, not as good in what sense?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't
For
make
you.
sense.
For
Why?
you.
Why?
Listen, without the injuries would take a little bit more effort. I didn't want to do that.
Wait, do you mean it
Which is a
doesn't
bit
make?
more
Wait, one
efforts.
second. It doesn't make sense, or you don't have a lot
You
of
just have
players
to
in that
write
combined
11
eleven?
names down.
Because I have not.
What do you mean effort?
I
Even
have not
Nkunku
seen-
could do that, and he's got no effort.
No. Just allow it, bro. I haven't done it because I don't know exactly.
I'm trying to help you. It'd be great content. Everyone wants to see like just a pure ability 11.
Pure ability.
Yeah. No injuries, none of that. Just like a combined 11. Who's best?
Yeah, not based off.
I'm trying to help you. This would like good numbers. You get good views on the TikTok. Couple more subs. I'm trying to help, bro.
I don't think it would change too much, anyways. Only maybe Gabriel comes in, and
Can I be honest with you guys and genuinely say something? Why is Vinicius on the combined 11 and not Rodrigo?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Wait, can we
Ain't
talk
Vinny,
about
like,
how he
have one
said?
goal in like 3 months or something?
No. Can we talk about how he said Rodrigo's no debate? Can we talk about
yeah,
that?
I think Saka's the better player than Rodrigo.
No debate.
Yeah.
So you said Saka is the better overall player, right?
Yeah.
So why is Declan Rice over Modric? Modric is the better overall player.
Declan Rice, I think, has been better than Modric.
But you just said Saka's.
I'm picking as a defensive midfielder. I'm not picking as a central midfielder.
So I'm thinking as a right winger.
I think Valverde has also been better. Valverde has also been better. But hey, it's not only about who's better. Because Thomas Partey, you could argue he should be in there over Declan Rice also.
True. Fair. But yeah, I mean that's just what you said Saka is the better overall player than Rodrigo, which I disagree with. But then you put Declan Rice over Modric, which I just
because I think Declan Rice, out of the two teams, the best player available that could play DM is Declan Rice.
And then I also agree with you where you said Gabriel should be.
You guys think Camavinga is a better DM than Declan Rice? I'm sorry, you're mistaken.
I think Camavinga is a better player than Declan Rice overall.
Yeah, like, first of all, why can you stop disrespecting Chouameni? Like, he's actually having.
Chouameni's not available.
He's not available. Yeah.
Not available.
I don't want to put it.
He's in 11, man.
Yeah, suspended is not injured, so he can play the game.
Regardless, I would still have Declan Rice.
Yeah, there you go. Don't use the whole cop out like.
No, but then what happens is then Timber goes left back and what do you call it?
Why? Camavinga can play left back. Camavinga's been playing left back.
Because then right back would be because then right back would end up becoming Valverde. That would be the alternative. If Valverde is taken out of the midfield, he goes right back. Valverde is in the team. No, I don't think any debate about that. You have to find a place for him. He's one of the best players for Real Madrid.
Let me tell you my combined 11. Courtois.
I think this is a fair team. I don't think this is biased.
Courtois, Timber. I'm gonna do everyone fit. Gabriel, Rudiger. Fucking hell. Who the fuck do I put? We can go Lewis Kelly, fuck it, because there's no available one anyway. I'm gonna go midfield 3. I'm gonna go Chouameni. I'm gonna go Valverde. I'm gonna go Bellingham. Front 3. I'm gonna go Rodrigo. I'm gonna go Mbappe. I'm gonna go Saka.
Go the same.
Vinicius been asked for 4 months.
You know what? Fair play. You could have taken out Vinicius, but I just think the Rodrigo Saka debate is better and closer because regardless, people are gonna go back to what Vinny has done last season and compare it to what Saka's done. If I take him out, I think it's just more realistic to take out Rodrigo.
Watch. Trigger the Chelsea fans. Watch. This fraud said if Gabriel was fit, Rudiger would be out. Why the F is Saliba there then? When fit, he doesn't touch Rudiger or Gabriel this season, and Rice is in there. Can you stop with this Rice hype, honestly? Because Partey has been your best midfielder.
Exactly.
Can you stop?
So you could have at least put Partey. Why Rice?
You know what?
Partey can't offer 100 million pounds.
I'm not taking Rice like over any of those players.
This conversation reminds me of last year when we used to tell Lewis Conor Gallagher is their best midfielder when he's actually not.
Gallagher and Partey ain't the same at all.
I've watched Partey have stinkers this season on a regular basis.
Rice is Super Saiyan Gallagher though, so I hear it.
Nah, you're dissing.
No, Super Saiyan. He's like Gallagher, but roided. He's like better, obviously, but like
you're so disrespectful. So disrespectful.
No, I said Super Saiyan, like final boss. All of that. He's final boss Connor. Good work, mate.
I've been a Spurs fan for 20 long years, seen my share of triumphs and buckets of tears. But this year's taking it one step too far. I'm wondering if we'll ever win another spar. Hey, what's going on? Can't seem to win a game, not a single one. Manager and we need a new plan. Gotta get back on track like only Spurs can. Every Saturday.
Hi, Jacob. Top pro, Jacob. How you doing, Jacob, mate? Hi, Lewis.
I can't hear you from all the way up here on the top row. You know, it's
Jacob. What chance do you give Arsenal versus Real Madrid at home?
Yes, tell us. Tell us.
The same chance I give Tottenham Hotspur to win Europa League.
0?
If that's what you think, then that's what you think. I do not think it's 0%, not even if you tried your hardest to make it that way.
So
what do you think?
percentage?
Tell me the number.
What percentage is it? 60-20? 60-40, I mean?
That we will win it. We're about 30%. We could beat Frankfurt is where I'm at. So
Okay,
I'll give you 30%
okay.
chance. I'll give you a 30%
Okay,
chance.
he's cooking. So
Well
That is a
done. Well done,
crazy
Jacob.
plot
Well
twist.
done. Well done.
so you're saying 30% chance Arsenal wins?
Yeah, 25-30% I think is fair.
Wait.
There's always
so
a chance. I mean, this is the most beautiful sport, and we all fall in love with it for different reasons. And part
Oh,
of my
you know
reasons
what?
was like
If you
the
beat-
underdog, you're not supposed to do it, but you do it anyway. I like
If
that, you know.
if you beat Frankfurt, you end up playing either Lazio or Bodo Glimt. You have a pretty good chance of getting to the final.
Not against Lazio. I don't feel good about that. Don't feel good about
you're
Frankfurt.
worried- you're worried about
I don't like our
Tavares.
away form.
You're worried about Tavares.
Lazio have been good this season. Lazio have been
I would
good.
say I'm more worried about my team than I am theirs, because if my team played to their abilities, it doesn't matter who we're playing. I don't give a damn about Tavares or Navarez. It's neither here nor there.
Long story short, bro, if you're asking what's your chances of winning the Europa League, I would say like
Can I tell you your chances of
8%.
beating Real Madrid? Honestly, 1%.
Husam, you're a hater, man.
I'm not a hater.
Real
First of all,
Madrid ain't
don't
been
say I'm a
perfect.
hater
They've just been
because
really good
I
as
think
of late.
people- Jacob
also-
and Lewis accused me of twerking for Arsenal, so I can't twerk for what I hate. So allow this whole you're a hater, okay? Real Madrid has difference makers across the pitch. All it takes is one moment. I actually think that this tie is going to be over at the Emirates.
Nah, stop
Look,
it.
look.
Yes,
Yeah, I disagree
yes.
with Hassan. I disagree.
Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
1%.
Yeah, let's hear
I-
him
not out of the
out.
realm
Yeah,
of
yeah.
possibility.
Egal, hear
Let
me
him
out.
cook,
I'm
let
not-
him cook,
I'm-
let him
I'm-
cook.
Listen, I disagree
It's
with
not out of
Hassan.
the realm
I'm
of
not-
possibility. Like if they win, it's done.
Listen,
Lewis, I've
Hassan,
seen Real Madrid go to Anfield, to Etihad, to San Siro, to Stamford
The
Bridge,
Bridge.
every single stadium around Europe and beat a much better side than this Arsenal side. But I'm a hater for saying Madrid could end it literally at the Emirates. Please, man.
That's what I'm saying. I
And
disagree
Will,
with
you're
you,
a
Hassan. You said
Will.
you said
You
one
are a
half
Like it's out of
pussy.
the realm. If
You're a
they get
pussy.
any
Oh, well.
win there,
Oh,
it's
well.
over. I don't see Arsenal winning at the Bernabeu. So if they get
Yeah.
a victory, it's done.
Yeah.
Listen, I
This
just
is
wanted
true.
to say it's not 1% for me. It's 2%. That's why I don't agree with Hassan. I think it's a 2%.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I just
You
don't
know
agree
what?
with. I think it's a 2% chance. So.
So
The-
it's
the-
1.5% more than me.
The football experts say Arsenal are favorites. That's crazy.
Must not be.
Hey,
Well,
Well,
you know,
this is how I use
the betters have
Wait, who are these football experts?
They want your money. Hey, go ahead, man. They want
the
your money.
Who are
bookies
these
have
football
Tottenham winning
experts?
Europa, but again, the bookies is literally dictated by like
Who
how
bets the
people
most?
bet, how many people bet on it, right? Like if 100,000 people put $1 that Tottenham will win Europa League, and 50,000 for all the rest, naturally the bookies are going to say that they have Tottenham as favorites to win the league because most people bet that. So they have pushed that narrative that we're favorites to win it. I would argue Lazio to me throughout the entirety of Europa have been. Actually, I don't think they've lost. I don't think they've drawn.
I
I think they've only
I
won.
watched the Lazio Sociedad game. They destroyed the shit out of Sociedad. Like they literally
They made
were
Sociedad look like
3-0
shit,
up
but then
at
Man
halftime.
United also did too. So
Yeah.
So Madrid are 65%.
Zubamendi.
Madrid are 65%.
It was actually Zubimendi hate watch.
Madrid-
Zubamendi.
I tell you
Zubimendi's
something.
shit,
Jacob.
man.
Guys,
He didn't do-
Let me just say, this was the most successful hate watch in
actually
history.
have
Because they were
Arsenal
3-0 down at
actually have
halftime. Zubimendi got subbed off and they had the red card. I had the most successful hate watch ever.
Yeah,
Arsenal
Zubimendi doesn't
have-
move me. He was terrible against us too. I could
Arsenal
barely
have
even see him in the game.
65% odds of losing, 35% odds of winning, but we have a 51% odds of winning the first game at the Emirates. So I expect us to have a good performance tomorrow at the
I
Emirates.
see 30%. I was pretty close then to whatever you're referencing.
I have Arsenal winning the game tomorrow, and then
It's at the Emirates.
I'll see where we
tomorrow?
are. I'll see where we are going into the Madrid tie, but regardless, it's going to be uphill battle whichever way. If we even lead with a 1-goal going into the game against Madrid at their ground, we've seen some ridiculous scorelines they've been able to turn around in a couple minutes. Like look at the Chelsea game; they were down 3-0 and scored 2 goals in like a space of like 5 seconds.
Wasn't
God,
that
I'm
a
telling you
season
right
after
now,
they won
when
the
the game
Champions League?
ends, please, please, please mail me your tears because I want to make coffee with it. Please.
Call me. Call me.
No. I said mail me your tears. I want your tears.
Bro, what
I
is
want
it?
to
What are
put
we
it
doing?
in my coffee, please. A bit
Okay,
of
look.
salt for flavor.
Realistically, like all banter and stuff aside, I think Arsenal
That's
could get a
actually
draw.
disgusting.
I think
Why
Arsenal
would
could
you
get a
put
draw
salt in your
tomorrow. Like,
coffee?
I think Arsenal can get a result
More
at
people
home
put
against
salt
the-
in their
at the
water
Emirates.
to get electrolytes. It's mad.
Yeah. Whenever I worked at the Dallas Cowboys, it's a very quick learn where the Gatorades that have the added salt versus the ones that don't.
Yeah, because they taste so weird.
It'd be very haram if I told you what they said what the players say it tastes like.
What it tastes like?
Oh,
I'm not going to say it. That'd be haram. And
That'd
I
be
know, it's not wrong.
Oh, you're talking about like fluids.
Well, it is
That's
a
fucking-
well, yeah, hey. You
Anyway,
we
guys,
all just
back
use
to
our
the topic.
imagination.
yes. Back to the topic, guys. So, anywho, Lewis,
Wait,
you haven't spoken
talking
yet
about
on this Madrid thing.
Spurs
Where
and
are you?
Southampton, is that where we're going?
We will
Talking about
in a
that?
bit. But let's talk first. Lewis, tell me your thoughts on this Arsenal thing.
Yeah, a la Madrid, it's all over. They're getting knocked out. It's just by how and whether it's at the Emirates or at the Bernabeu. I don't think they're gonna whoop them, but I expect Madrid to win. I think this is where it all ends for Arsenal. And yeah, valiant defeat and a valiant exit, or whatever way they tried to spin it in 2 weeks. But yeah, lads, don't have much for it. I expect Madrid to win. They've got more experience in this competition and they've got better players up top. Gabriel's out, so it's even weaker for them now. It's just going to be a fun watch. It's going to be a fun watch. I look forward to it.
Lewis, let me ask you a question.
Say.
Real Madrid come to the Emirates. You expect us to get slapped?
I do.
Not slapped. I expect, not even expect, but I think they can win. And if
I
they
think they're going to
win,
beat you
tie's
3-1 at
over.
the Emirates.
I think you
3-1.
get slapped at Bernabeu. I don't think you get slapped at the Emirates.
I think within
So
2
why
days
does it
they're going to do
matter,
enough
bro?
to beat you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though. Technically,
Can we
it
stop
doesn't
doing this
matter.
whole
Like,
Emirates
yeah,
as a
yeah.
cauldron thing?
As well.
No. But and like if I
Guys,
complete, like, it
Newcastle
doesn't
won at
matter.
the Emirates with all due respect. West Ham won at the Emirates. You think Madrid are intimidated? Like today is Monday night, right? The Madrid players are currently in their hotel in London. You think Rudiger is like can't fall asleep because he's playing at the Emirates tomorrow? Can we allow this?
No. That's like I don't think they're
the
they're
wrong guy.
scared of the
He's literally
Emirates.
played there
No,
so
that's
many
not me
times.
saying that they're scared of the Emirates. I just think that they could get a result there. But again, it's 2 legs. It's not like everything depends on this. That's why I'm
Hey.
kind of like part of their mind will still be like they still have to come to the Bernabeu to play there, and I think that's where it gets bad.
By the way,
Where
this
they
is
slap
where
them up.
European heritage comes in, right? They've won it so many times, but we've never lost to them. We played them twice. One draw, one
Oh.
win.
God.
We've never lost to them.
Egal, the era that you played Real Madrid from 04 to
2006, yeah.
2013, they have 0 Champions Leagues and they were getting knocked out by Lyon in round of 16.
Fairs. We played them and we beat them at the Bernabeu. First team in England to beat them.
Let me ask you something, Egal. I enjoyed your new, was it a combined 11 2.0?
Yeah.
The viral sensation that was whenever you did the first one, which was hilarious. I love the amount of attention it got.
The first
But
one.
you did a revised one, and my main question, I thought you were a little more balanced in this one, so I think hats off to you for that, for a little bit more balanced. But except Buhu Saka just came back from injury, and you picked him over an in-form Rodrigo.
Boohoo Saka.
Ooh, soccer,
Yeah.
I still say Bukaki Saka.
So, do you rate what would you rate Saka's fitness
That's
right
the
now?
funniest moment in our history. I swear down. I've watched
What'd
that
I
back
do?
like 10 times.
Crazy. That is crazy.
Jacob Freeze.
No, he's
Oh,
just confused what you're talking about.
I didn't know. I was
oh,
like, maybe there was a.
So basically, Husam and Assad didn't know what Bukaki was, and when I typed in Bukaki Saka, they ended up checking what that was live. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to look at that live.
So innocent though. I respect it.
But yeah.
Anyway, guys, let's move on to
Do you
Liverpool.
rate Saka? How much fitness would you say he has right now? And you would take that over a forward from Madrid? I found it kind of surprising, personally.
Saka's a better player than Rodrigo.
But he just came back from injury, so like even if you're really good and you're still playing like 1.5, not playing half,
I think if you were to take somebody out of the front three, it would have to be either Vini or Rodrigo. No, I don't think Saka's the one that's coming out.
Okay. I mean, that was it. That was my question. Because I personally, if I had to pick one to play for my team for the last 4 years, or well, I guess 2 years, Rodrigo's actually been relevant. But for me, Saka's been good for about 4 years. So like on paper, I would say maybe he's like proven more through this juncture. But like I don't know, as a player, if I was picking one, I think Rodrigo's a little bit more talented. But maybe that's just the competition he plays. I don't know.
What is
again,
Rodrigo
Madrid doesn't play the best of teams.
What is Rodrigo better at?
I would say dribbling and potentially decision making in the final third.
And being more clutch.
Okay, so you guys are saying decision making,
bigger moments, shining in bigger moments. But
does passing not have to do with decision making? Because I don't think he's a better passer than Saka.
Well, if you
I
make
think
it
overall,
better pass choice, it could be a better pass.
I think overall Saka's better than Rodrigo because of he's been doing it for longer. I don't think Rodrigo's as good as Saka personally. However, I think this season, if we include form into it, the guy that goes out for me is Vini, because he's been shit for like 3-4 months, literally. So, yeah. By the way, he literally just missed a penalty against Valencia. They lost 2-1 like 3 days ago. So Vinicius has consistently been shit for a while now. So, yeah. Anyway, let me just grab these couple of super chats before we move on to Liverpool, Fulham, and then we're going to talk about Chelsea and Spurs after. So let's keep 10 minutes each segment. Big up to Hotel Chair, who says still waiting on Ainge here.
Oh wow!
You're gonna keep waiting because Ainge ain't no cuck. That's the whole reason I say it.
Ainge is kind of going crazy though.
Well, yeah, wouldn't you? You spend long enough at Tottenham, you kind of fucking lose it. It's natural. Have you met a well-balanced Tottenham fan? Have you met a Tottenham fan? You're like, well, he seems like he's got his head on his shoulders. No, we're all.
Yeah, Egal, did you hear that, Egal? Did you hear that? Did you? Yeah.
Not even you, Jacob. I wouldn't call you balanced. Big up to you, Hotel Char.
I'm pretty balanced on most things.
Yeah, balance my ass. Big up to Blazoo, who says the naivety of Arsenal fans. They don't comprehend the fact that Centurion City was dominant for years, but always got beat by Madrid. It's not just a game.
Big up. Can I ask you guys a question? I just seen this and it really shook me. Southampton manager got sacked. Have you guys ever seen this guy once?
Yeah, so funny.
Yeah, when we relegated,
someone was like, "Yo,
has
anyone ever seen him?"
Southampton's gotta hate us by now. We got Hasenhüttl sacked, we got that guy sacked, and we relegated them all in 1 year. Shout out Ainge.
I'm not gonna lie.
Husam, you were right in the beginning of the show. I would. When you talk about the Manchester Derby, it's the Ainge-Chester Derby. Who's the bigger bitch of Ainge Postecoglou? City or United? And we just found out both of them are equally as much of Ainge's bitch as the other. Because they couldn't fucking do shit. But guess what? They both get dunked on by Ainge. You're absolutely correct.
Big win, but usually when there's a manager at a club, we at least see the TV pan to them, or we see them on the TV at some point. I have never seen this guy.
He was on the TV when we played him. This time.
There's never any press conference with him. Nobody cares about what he has to say about Southampton. You just never hear anything.
I don't know why y'all ragging on this motherfucker. He jumped onto a burning ship and then burned alive, and you're making fun of him.
Yeah, I can't lie to you. I do agree with that. Listen, let's just move on. Speaking of burning, Liverpool yesterday lost 3-2 to Fulham. Big up everyone locked in. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Big up to UD who says, big up the panel. Horrible game. We move on. Obviously, Premier League trophy. You'll never walk alone. Big up to you, my guy, UD. So, who wants to talk about Liverpool? Because everyone knows my opinion already.
You played the same time as me, so.
Can I do my diagrams?
I don't watch. It's too early for me. To be fair.
Yes, what diagrams you want to do, Egal?
All right. So I'm gonna do something. It's a little different. It might be a first on A-listers, where instead of giving you guys a match analysis, I'm gonna give you a Liverpool season analysis with 4 pictures. Okay?
Oh no, I know which ones you're gonna bring up.
So let's get it going. So first you got David Coote. David Coote theory is that Liverpool won the league because David Coote got exposed and they had to right their wrongs of what they've done in the past. Number two, Arsenal getting decisions mid-game and Howard Webb being a prick. Number three, the injury list this season, as you can see, Arsenal have 27, Liverpool have 14. And finally, Mohamed Salah's heroics and penalties. But yeah, Liverpool have been underwhelming to in this.
Look at Lewis laughing at you as well.
Liverpool get their second defeat of the season, and yes, and after that game, everyone are saying Liverpool have been underwhelming or they've been one of the worst champions. Personally, I don't agree with that, but I do find it hilarious that people think that this Liverpool team would be able to weather the same level of injuries that either Man City or Arsenal have had. You guys have been very fortunate with injuries, no fault of your own. You guys done well managing it, and you guys deserve to win the league. But right now, we'll see the real test of Liverpool next season. For now, congratulations. This game doesn't mean anything. Regardless, if you lose every game from now to the end of the season, I still think Arsenal are not going to win enough points to catch you guys ever. So you guys go ahead. Congratulations. Keep celebrating. Be drunk every single game from now to the end of the season. Hopefully, Arsenal don't have to give you a guard of honor. That's it.
We gave Arsenal a guard of honor in 1998. We gave Chelsea a guard of honor before.
Yeah, because it was the
guard
last
of
game of
honor
the
is
season.
something that all classic clubs do. There's nothing wrong with that. You get me all this guard of honor stuff.
You lost the league on the final day of the season.
You're being dramatic unnecessarily. First of all, stop being salty.
I would never do no hotel chair activities like guard of honor.
Yeah, but
Get
your club,
fucked.
if whether you like it or not,
Bro,
if
we won the league twice on your ground.
Whether you like it or not, if we won the league before Spurs, you're going to give us a guard of honor. So anyway, back to the
No.
Yes, you're not the decision maker on that. The clubs always do
because
that.
but don't I always say how cucky Tottenham and the fan base and a lot of the infrastructure is?
That's not
that just proves my point.
Give us the guard of honor.
By the way, guard of honor.
Let me just respond, Egal, because you give diagram of horse shit. So let me respond. So here's the problem with this Egal guy. You ask him, do Liverpool deserve to win the league? He'll say yes. You go like, who's the best player in the league? He's like, Mo Salah. He says all this type of stuff. Then he comes here and he's like, David Coote sniffing cocaine is the reason why Liverpool won the league. You are so full of shit. You need to go brush your teeth with water and bleach and Listerine just to remove all the shit stains in it. Because it's just, you're doing too much right now. You stop being so fraudulent. Yeah, that's what you need to do. Make sure all the bacteria is gone. Stop being such a fraud, because even when you started out, what did you say? It's 7th April. Second loss. You said that with your own words. Did you not just say with your own words that this is only our second loss?
This is your second loss.
Of the whole season, Lewis.
It's
April 7th. Are you mad? How are you going to act like the referees is the reason when we've lost 2 games since August till April? Jacob lost 4 games last month.
Husam.
Hey.
Shik lost 4 games last month.
Husam,
Lewis lost 4 games last month.
Husam,
it could be a week and we lose just as many.
The theory still applies. Take away Mo Salah's penalties, you're 1 point above us.
But why? But here's the thing. Why should I take away his penalties? Why? Tell me.
Wait. Take Salah's ends away.
Take Mo Salah's penalties in 1-score games, and Liverpool
in 1-scored games.
Okay, then take away Raya's saves, and you don't win shit. Like what type of conversation is this?
Like,
what is this?
Take away the ball and no one
scores. Take away the referee.
Take away the referee.
Fuck it. Take them out the stadium.
Title, right?
Clear the stadium out.
If you take away the referee, if you take away the referee in the game, you probably win the league title. No?
If no one plays, no one loses.
Goalposts a lot bigger when they play.
Guys, just because the half baked theory is not fully baked, you don't have to shoot me. I'm just
that ain't even baked. That shit raw. Salmonella
said that's worse than half baked.
We're saying take away penalties.
Theory.
Bro said take away shit that happened, and this.
1 second. Just so you guys know, the David Coote theory, Husam, is not that because he smokes cocaine or whatever. It's because they feel like the whole situation has embarrassed the PGMOL and they've been more favorable to Liverpool this season. That's what people are saying.
I bring up
I heard saying in the chat, take the air away, no one breathes. Like
I'm dead, bro.
Bro,
this is shoot the messenger. Fair enough.
Bro, that's the thing. You know, want to know what it is like?
Hey, if Tottenham
They-
won all those games that we lost, we'd be challenging for the
You'll be
league.
champions. Yeah, like.
Hey,
crazy.
talk to me now.
Listen, you wanna know? The thing is, like Liverpool lost. Lewis, Jacob, Shik should be like Liverpool lost. Ha ha ha! You're crap. You're
Ryan
shit.
Sessegnon, proper
Yeah,
Tottenham.
but Egal got so far like across the board that they can't even be associated with that nonsense. Like, you want to know something? Lewis, Shik, and Jacob, I promise you wanted to talk shit about Liverpool today, even to a small degree, even 2%. But you
I didn't watch your
completely.
game.
I did actually.
No, I'm saying like at least you 2% to just talk a little bit of shit. But Egal goes so far.
West London and all of that. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Egal goes so far. They don't even want to be associated with your fraudulence.
all right.
That's the thing. Like you're talking about David Coote got caught calling Jurgen Klopp a German see you next Tuesday while sniffing, snorting cocaine and having a relationship with someone. And you're telling me that's the reason why Liverpool can win the league this season.
Bro,
So,
as well, Arsenal fan,
like
anytime
Liverpool
they see
aren't winning the league because Gravenberch had a come out here, because Salah is breaking
No,
Premier
but
League
what about
records.
the fact that Virgil van
None of
Dijk
that.
keeps getting away with elbowing
Any-
players in the face?
Husam, anytime
Okay,
Arsenal fans.
yesterday, 2 days ago, you had everyone fit against Everton. Why did that game end 1-1? Go on.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? What?
I
asked
had
a clear
everybody
question.
fit. What are you talking about? How did I
Yeah,
have
everyone's
everybody
fit.
fit? Who's
So
everybody?
you needed Gabriel to beat Beto.
Nah, stop it, bro. You're chatting shit. I'm talking about why
I'm
Virgil van Dijk.
chatting shit.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
okay.
about why Virgil van Dijk is getting away with elbowing players in the head.
Yeah, but we lost the game anyway. So using your logic, how did it have an impact on the game if we lost it?
When you elbowed
He's-
Richarlison,
He
you
could-
won
he
that
could be
game.
suspended for the next 2 games.
Yeah, but you just said if we lost all games, it wouldn't affect the outcome of the league. So why are you waffling now? Do you still believe deep down? Look at you.
No, I don't think you're gonna win the league.
Why
If-
smart?
I don't
Oh,
think,
the truth
Wait,
come out.
wait.
I don't think
One
we are
second,
going to
one
win the
second,
league.
If,
The
wait,
truth
Van
came
Dijk got
out.
sent off.
I don't
You
think
got caught out,
Arsenal.
mate. You
One
got
second,
caught
one
out.
second. I
If
don't
you
think
believe, just
Arsenal.
say it.
I don't
Like,
think
we'll back
Arsenal
you,
are going to
don't
win
worry.
the league.
Yeah, I'll put you
I
next
think
to me as
Ar-
well.
I don't
If you
think
believe,
Arsenal's
just
going to win
say
the
it.
league. I don't think Arsenal's going to win the league. I think you're
But
going
why
to
are
win
you
the league.
smirking? Why do you say it and then
I'm not
smirk?
smirking. I'm being honest. What's wrong?
So why are you smiling? I don't get
Nah,
it.
'cause
Like,
you're making
So
me
why,
smile.
why does it
No,
matter if Van Dijk
he
gets sent off?
says he
This
doesn't
is the
believe
game.
and then he smiles and he's saying it. So
Nah,
you
you're
believe
trying to
deep
make
down,
me
man.
smile. Listen, I don't think Arsenal are going to win the league from this position. Liverpool have already pretty much have 2 hands on the trophy. They're just waiting to lift it.
No, really. So you don't believe at all.
Why wouldn't I believe?
But why are you stuttering and smirking as you're speaking? I don't
Nah,
get
because
this.
you're making me smile. Wallahi, I have
Oh,
nothing-
how it's my fault that you're laughing because you know
Yeah.
even the truth
Listen,
came out.
I don't.
You
I
just
don't.
said your own words. I don't think Liverpool come the league. You want to know what's that called? Freudian slip. But
No,
for you,
no,
it's
no.
called Freudian slip. 'cause
Nah,
you're
nah,
a
nah.
fraud.
Come on.
You're
Listen,
exposed to
By
me.
the way, deflection. Newcastle's winning 3-0.
If you want to deflect, don't announce that you're
They
deflecting.
were
before
3-0
you-
up
I'm
like
trolling,
20
I'm
minutes
trolling.
ago.
By the way, deflection.
By the way,
Listen,
deflection. By the
Deflection.
way,
It is. It is. I'm
guys,
trolling.
every
Listen,
team
all
that
right.
wins the league is most likely the best team in the league. And the thing is with this Arsenal thing, Everton home and away, Fulham away from home, Chelsea away from home, and Newcastle away from home. Zero controversies, zero VAR decisions, zero injuries, and they still did not beat any of those guys. And that's why I genuinely believe even if they had all their player fit, they would still lose out the league. But they might lose it instead of being like 9 points behind now, they'd be what, like 3 points, 4 points, whatever. But they end up losing it anyway because they've proven it across the season that they just aren't deserved Premier League champions. And that's just the reality of the situation, even
Sheik-
with all your players fit.
Sheik, you got a
Yeah.
problem. You got Newcastle next. You're getting screwed.
Yeah, man. Tell me something I already don't know. Like, we already know this. I told you if I could end that Premier League season right now, I would.
Yeah.
Today, I would.
Lewis, top 4, you're fucked too.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that
What?
next now.
How are
So,
we
anyway.
fucked?
Yeah. Why are we
You
doing this
gotta-
thing like, okay, let's just count on
How are we
everybody's teams? Jacob, you're fucked.
You got to
Sam,
beat
you already won the
Newcastle
league.
away.
Sheik, you're fucked. You
You
played
wanna
this
know
team.
why?
Like,
Because
Only
Egal's
game
logic
left of the
Lewis,
season.
you're fucked. You played this team.
Egal's
next.
logic is you won the
Like-
league because a referee snorted cocaine, got caught, calling Klopp at German. See you
Yeah,
next
and can we
Tuesday.
also talk about how like anytime they see a picture of a
the logic
referee
is
with a
that the
phone in his hand,
referees-
they think they're talking about Arsenal.
Yeah, they think you're talking about that.
Every
What if
time
Howard
there's-
Webb was talking to his
Bro,
wife?
what if he's talking to his wife or talking
The
to his mom or
PGMOL
talking to his
have
friend
been
about the
favourable
game? Like
to
in
There's
his
so
Liverpool.
many possibilities.
Like, hey,
I mean, like,
Hard's
well,
on the phone with the
no,
Uber
Anytime
Eats driver,
there's a
giving him
referee on the
directions.
phone, it's about Arsenal. Every time they just start talking about Arteta.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Whatever, man. Whatever, man.
It don't
They
matter
know
anyway.
what-
Like the champions elect Arsenal have to play Newcastle at the Emirates too. So even if they beat us, it don't mean nothing. Unless the referee's on their side too, I guess. They wear the same colours and everything.
Day number 4, bring out that fraud Wolfie is what Viva Arteta saying. Hey, Wolfie is not on A-listers. Why would I bring him out like this fucking WWE Royal Rumble? Just out of nowhere, like and it's the Wolfie team like theme song. You get me? He ain't on the show.
Like all of a sudden.
Big up to LFC 12. Egal, are you here? People are calling you out. Anyway.
You hold the super chat.
Oh yeah, David.
Yeah,
Cook.
I am.
Come here, Habib. Come here.
I want to go
Egal.
get water.
Do you think good because your mouth needs washing? Do you think when you take away a player that the team plays with 10 men or that the replacements don't come in?
What are you talking about, mate? The fuck?
You love to waffle, Egal, and then when someone comes back and responds, you say this stuff like,
I think they're referring. They're referring to take away this, take away that.
yeah, take away this, take away that.
Oh no, I'm just hit. I was just
Like even if you take away Salah's penalty, the reason why we got the penalty because we were attacking at the time to begin with. Also, I gave you a challenge last week. Come and tell me which penalties is not penalties, and we'll watch them together, Habib. I dare you. Which one is not a pen?
I haven't paid for Y Scout yet.
Oh, I've paid for my scout. That old chestnut. Oh, it's he doesn't have the technology. Big 2025. You know, with me, if I genuinely believe that, I'm so petty. I would actually go back to every single Arsenal decision and tell you this isn't a penalty, this isn't a penalty. But Gal knows every penalty we got is actually a penalty. Oh yeah, David Coot's mates and the PGMOL saw an LFC leak a video of him doing blow and went, I guess we need to make them win the league. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like David Coot got caught doing this, you know, and calling Klopp a German. See you next Tuesday. Oh, we're gonna make Liverpool win the league, man. Like what? What are we talking about? Like, bro, the funny part is, just 3 days before that, James Tarkowski broke McAllister's knee in half.
Should have got a red.
Literally 3 days before, bro. So, you get me. This is what it is. By the way, these Arsenal fans fully believe they're gonna win it still. Do not let them lie to you. Deep down, they think we're gonna lose all the games. Watch and see. Yeah, that's why Egal had a Freudian slip there. He's like, I think you're not going to win the league. He was speaking to me. So his inner thoughts spoke. Shout out to Robin Van Persie. His inner child spoke. You get
Shout out
me?
Robin Van Persie every single time.
His inner child spoke. You get me? That's just what happened there. Because I know deep down, if I put Egal on a lie detector test and tell him, is the trophy over? If he says yes, he's telling a lie. You get me? 100%. I just know you believe deep down. And it's okay. You can believe. Anyway, speaking of believing, we can ask Lewis if he believes.
Don't you think Egal would just say it though if he did?
No, because
when has he been shy to say his opinion?
Because he believes he's a jinx. Yep, that's it. Anyway, guys, 200 likes, 250 likes. Let's get there. 500 people locked in. Chelsea 0-0 draw to Brentford.
Chelsea
currently level on points with Newcastle. Obviously, we did say that Brentford away is a tough place to go. But next up at home, you have Ipswich. How are you feeling about this whole run-in and stuff like this?
Yeah, this is the same shit every top four race. Top four is lava and everybody drops points left, right, and center. I'm just annoyed that we are also part of this and we are also dropping points left, right, and center. This is a game that I still think with the players that we put out, we should have won, but the quality of the depth that we've spoken about ain't really as good as it is. And I think we came to that conclusion months ago anyway. But first thing, everyone's going to talk about the lineup and Palmer and Jackson being dropped, but it actually made sense to do it the more you think about it, because both of them have just come back from injury. It doesn't make a lot of sense to rush them into 2 90-minute games in 3 days. Doesn't make a lot of sense to do that. And people say maybe you could have started, maybe not. Look, they had about 45 minutes, had chances, and put all of them wide. And they were the fresh players against tired legs. So If they couldn't do that, why would I want them to start and then be taken off after 50 or 60 minutes when I'm chasing a goal? Everybody is going to cuss out Maresca and say his game management and subs made 0 sense. So it was ultimately the right call. Ultimately, we have to look at the players that are on the pitch. Caicedo, man of the match, as per usual. I keep saying best midfielder in the league in my eyes. Like Gravenberch will have an argument. I respect people who think Gravenberch's better. For me, it's Caicedo. The forward line, and Nkunku, like I keep saying, he plays like he's fat, useless. It's genuinely got to a point where I think he might be the worst forward I've seen. He might actually be the worst forward I've seen play for this club, and we're saying it again. Like useless, does nothing. The ball just bounces off him. No movement, no energy. Can't beat a player. No separation. Decision making stinks. He's terrible. Sancho, his stocks are dropping by the week. Like, my problem isn't his ability. My problem is his decision making and how long it takes for him to get to a decision, because he allows the defenders so much time to get back into position, and he just makes it too easy for them. He makes it way too easy for them. And it's just jarring. And like, who else? Noni, we tried to get 1-2s working with him, but he couldn't really get into the game like that. And then we bring on Jackson, we bring on Palmer, we start looking a lot better for about 10-15 minutes, and then nothing. That just reverted back to type for the rest of the game. And it's not just Chelsea's attack. Like, both attacks weren't good. You could argue Brentford had the better chances, but they didn't have the better execution. Both teams' execution weren't good enough, and that's the reason why the game ultimately ended 0-0, because both teams had enough chances to do something in the game. It's just they at least put theirs on target. We didn't even do that. A lot of ours was just going wide. A lot of our best opportunities from the likes of Enzo. Neto had one chance that tested the goalkeeper. Reece James had a header. And that's about it. That's about it. Gusto as well. Fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible again. Robert Sanchez is dog shit, but what's the point of even getting into it? We already know the situation with Robert Sanchez. Whatever. But yeah, 0-0. Somehow I'm still fourth because this league is garbage. I still think we can get top 4. Because, like we can see, teams are going to be inconsistent all around us. It's up to us to just focus on ourselves and get a run of games going. I'm annoyed that we didn't win this, because this is Brentford's first clean sheet at home all year, and they've only got one home win all year. We should have given them a bit more of a fight in this one. We didn't really get into it until the second half. But maybe when Jackson and Palmer get a bit sharper, a bit fitter, we can use them more towards the running. So annoyed. 2 points dropped. 2 points dropped, but
I would say
God, what are you sharing? What is this?
Cole Palmer is going to be watching the Champions League from home next season.
Nice. And Cole Palmer's got a Champions League medal, unlike most of your players.
You know what? It's easy to show off something when you didn't work hard for it. But let's talk.
What about Bukayo Saka's FA Cup then? He's trophyless. If we're going to use that,
he actually contributed, unlike your guy. But look,
what do you mean, like 1-2 appearances? That's probably the same thing Palmer did.
Hey, once again, when you have rich parents, you can't be showing off your luxury vehicle if you didn't work for it. But let's talk about.
What do you mean he did work for it? He was part of the squad.
He did not work for it, mate.
He won the trophy. He would have had minutes, the same limited minutes Saka had in the run to his final.
So are we gonna start bragging about Kai Havertz's trophy at Champions League at Chelsea? What is this?
He was part of the team that won it. I just said he didn't directly win us the trophy. He was part of the team that won it, though. Well, I've never tried to knock that.
Anyways, let's go on to the next.
Right.
The main
Shout out
thing
Timo Werner, man.
The main thing is, banter aside, I think Chelsea.
He's leaving. Why shout him out?
I think Chelsea will be watching.
Well, he won the Champions
League from home next season.
Wow.
You got a game versus Ipswich, Fulham away,
winner.
Everton, Liverpool, and Newcastle. I think Newcastle are going to get top 4. I think Man City will get top 4. The last, couple spots is going to be very complicated, because Nottingham Forest are dropping like flies. Aston Villa seem to be one of the more informed teams right now, with 4 wins out of their last 5. And they're but the problem for them is they're playing the Champions League. Newcastle, Man City, I think are like the best equipped. Nottingham Forest have the biggest gap. Chelsea, I feel like, are the team that's going to drop out, and it's going to be Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, and Chelsea and Man City to get top 5. And I think Chelsea finished 6th, based on the fact you're going to be facing Liverpool, Newcastle in the last 2 games of the week. You're going to be facing, You're going to be facing a Fulham team who always is up for the game against you guys. And then Ipswich and Everton, I expect you to win those 2 games. But with Newcastle having a game in hand and Man City, even though they're up and down, I still think they have a little bit more quality in their team, and they're going to be able to show more consistency than you from now to the end of the season. And Nottingham Forest, even if they do slip, they still have that 4-point gap on Chelsea, and
they got the best running out of everybody.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have top 4 wrapped up by the time we play them.
Yeah, as long as they don't slip up too much. That defeat to Aston Villa hurt them, but they're gonna bounce back. And yeah, I just think, banter aside, Chelsea
Actually, tell a lie, they looked a bit toothless with no strikers. I want front.
Yeah, but Chelsea, you guys have not scored many goals recently. That's the truth. You in your last 3 games, you have 1 goal versus Tottenham. The games before that, Leicester was 1 goal. Yes, you scored 4 goals versus Southampton, but Southampton are shit. Now
that also did come down to Palmer and Jackson.
I need to see more. I need to see more firepower from Chelsea before I say you guys are guaranteed going to get it. Because right now it doesn't look like you have that firepower. Maybe Ipswich is an opportunity to get some goals back into Cole Palmer and Jackson and these guys. But hey,
yeah, I agree.
Until I see that, I expect you guys to lose your last 2 games, and you kind of need to be. You can't afford to drop too.
You expect United to win at the Bridge?
No, I'm saying Liverpool and Newcastle.
Oh no, our last 2's United and Forest.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't see those. I needed to check the next page. My apologies.
No worries. Yeah, but that's it.
One at the Bridge. I don't. Yeah.
You got a bunch of games left. Yeah, 7 games. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm not going to knock you.
By the way, Forest, Newcastle, and Liverpool. Just forget about those games. You need to make sure you focus on winning the rest, because those games are going to be like 6-pointers. You have to win them regardless, right?
We just got to take it a game at a time and focus on ourselves. That's it. Like I'm not going to say you're wrong to say Newcastle and City.
I'm saying don't look too far ahead. Like just focus on what you got coming.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. But like, I'm also trying to focus on everybody else as well, because everyone else is going to drop points around.
How strong is the team going to be in the Conference League? Because if you put out a strong team in the Conference League,
they definitely have to go strong away in Poland.
Yeah, you got to put out a strong team. You can't be putting out weak teams anymore.
Yeah, Jackson and Palmer should get 45 in there. Caicedo will probably get 45 and then rotate with Enzo for the other 45. Sadly, and Clueless will have to see 45, so we'll just cope with that. And Tyreek George, he can still do a job for us up until we get to the final. Like, we have options. We'll be good enough for that. I'm not worried about Conference League. It's about just focusing on the Premier League and getting through 1 match at a time.
Okay. Best end to the season for me would be Chelsea go trophyless.
Oh, of course it would. Of course it would. You wouldn't want Clear Lake to win a trophy before Arsenal since they took over. I understand.
Hey, a Conference League is nothing to brag about. But
it's a UCL, man. Respect.
London Turf Wars.
I'll be honest with you.
Also, Man City need to go trophyless also.
I don't think Chelsea are going to get top 4 now.
Wow.
Newcastle's run is so easy. Like,
I think you guys are missing out on Villa too. I think Villa's in there.
So you think Man City's at risk?
Yeah.
I could say Man City is on risk. I was looking at like.
Oh, good job.
I think everyone's at risk. Yeah, I think everyone's at risk for sure. 100%. I think that's just how this is going. Villa still has to play Newcastle. Villa still has to play. Chelsea still has to play Newcastle. A lot of the teams still have to play each other. So it's like
and like Newcastle's running isn't exactly amazing either. They still have tricky games.
Villa have to go to the
easiest run out of everyone.
Yeah, Villa have to go to the Etihad as well. So that's another game where everyone's pretty much in the mix. So it could go anywhere, to be honest.
Like Newcastle, they've got Brighton. They've got to go to the Emirates. They've got the 6-pointer with us. They've got Crystal Palace at home. It's not easy. There's still decent games in there.
I mean, it's
Aston Villa.
Yeah, it's a great time of year. I mean, we're all playing for something. Like there's importance in the games that we're playing. All of us on this panel, except for Husam, you could tell because he's just relaxed, almost falling asleep over there. He knows that he's got the league wrapped up. But all of us were playing for either something in Europe, top 4 finish, FA Cup. You know what I mean? So there's a lot to happen in the next, 7 games, 8 games, 9 games, depending on whether it's in league, out of league. My chances with regards to the top 4. I wanted that win in the derby, man. It would have made life so much easier. But look how congested this top 4 is now. Everyone's looking over each other's shoulder to see
Look how
who's
the
on
mighty
point.
have fallen. Look.
Vader,
Yeah,
do
it
you
happens.
face-
It happens.
you-
The
Look
mighty,
at
the mighty fall.
Crazy,
They
man.
come
Went
back,
from 4 in a
right?
row to top 4. The wrong
Yeah.
fours. I don't
You know, you
There's
get
Vader, if
clubs
Phil
that
Foden
won
is
19
your
league
player,
titles,
you're
they
not
fall
gonna
off, play Europa, and they're back winning a title the next year. It happens, right? Like my club's not too big. My
We
club's not
finished the
an
Liverpool
institution.
section when you're out signing autographs, so that's your problem.
But by the way,
Oh, you don't want to
Vader,
talk about
if
it?
Phil Foden, if you're relying on Phil Foden to be one of your top 3 players, you're not winning anything again.
Anything again, but I did win something with him, right?
I have never seen
Yeah.
a YouTuber on a player's ass as much as Egal is just on Foden, like 24/7. Like he's just like, oh, let's
Last
talk
year
about
hurt him.
Foden.
That's
Like,
why.
it's his favorite topic, bro. I've never seen
Yeah.
someone so.
It's my favorite saying, like LeBron said.
You know why?
Yeah, let's-
Because last year, I'll break it down for you. I'll give the psychology. Because 2 seasons ago, he was surprised to be challenging for the title, right? The 93% leading the league, that was a surprise. The next year, the expectation, the belief was at its peak, and who ruined it? The man, the battles of the Star Boys, the battle of the Star Boys. Who ruined it? Phil Foden. Because
Rodri.
Phil Foden, if I want to geek out, let me reach out to my city geeks and nerds. I believe that Phil Foden was
All 10 of them.
impactful for 51 points last season. I'll go back. Let me do my proper geek out research and give that time frame. I'll do my grasp with Egal. I'll kind of do my version of it and show. But I believe Phil Foden was responsible for 51 points last season. This is why Egal's got all this venom and poisonous talk for Phil Foden, because of what he did last year in a season when he was expected, when he was looking to win the title. So I get it. I get where the energy is coming from. I get the hatred.
Okay, glad you understand. Where
Or we could just be honest, and he's played shit all season.
No, I've admitted to that. But the reason why you come off mute and talk about Phil Foden so much this year is because of what he did to you last year.
yes, guys, can we not have Phil Foden wars?
Or maybe all the
Can we give
Saka
Jacob
versus
like just
Foden.
2 minutes to just talk about Spurs so we can end the stream? Can we just give him 2 minutes?
You want to read
We
the
can talk
super
about
chat?
that.
Shit, I could do it in 2 words. We're back.
We're back to what?
I respect
Whatever
it. I respect
rendition of back means to you, that's
Back
what we are.
streets back. All right. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
hear
Egal, you also think beating Madrid and Rice is better than Camavinga, so I like my odds more when you
What?
say
What?
Chelsea
What?
ain't making
Oh my
Champions League.
god, we're back
You
again.
You
can keep
also
expecting
think
whatever you
beating-
want.
You also think you beating Madrid and Rice is better than Camavinga. By the way, those 2 things could be wrong and still doesn't mean Chelsea's going to get top 4.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, and what's the next one?
Alright, fair play.
What's the next one? Liverpool 1225 says, Egal, do you think when you take away a player?
No, we've read those ones. This is the
What
one.
is he doing?
Arsenal fans claim the plate, but this our coming UCL. Do you
Ain't
claim
wrong.
the plate?
You ain't wrong with that one either.
Okay, first things first. The Community Shield is actually considered a trophy based on the website. That's a fact.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my!
no.
You actually, but you did this. You actually did that as well.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm not claiming it, but guess what? It is considered.
But your
a trophy.
manager does.
Your manager claimed
It is
it.
considered a trophy. All of our clubs have it on their thing. Actually, let's go on Chelsea's website.
Your
and let's see what
manager
they're
claims
claiming.
it. He
No,
got.
but that's why he's doing this.
Yeah.
Because his manager claims it. It just makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah,
One
it makes
second.
You know, I respect Egal. He's so loyal. Like if Arteta said that the Audi Cup is a trophy, he'd ride out for him. I respect that, to be honest with you. He just completely rides out for this guy. I respect
That's
that.
wild.
14 likes away from
Wow.
200. Jacob, 2 minutes.
I ain't
and then
heard
we
y'all
end.
talk about your Audi Cup, so
Yes.
um,
Jacob,
you
give us
know.
2 minutes summary on
Hey.
Spurs, please, and then we'll end the stream, guys.
And
Go
credit
ahead.
to whatever
Uh,
shampoo you're using these days.
Tottenham do what Tottenham always do to Southampton: get their coaches sacked or get them relegated, or we take their best player, which we might do with Tyler Dibbling in the summer. Overall, wasn't even the greatest game. Doesn't fill me with the utmost confidence going to Frankfurt. It wasn't like a performance you would say, wow, these teams are so far in quality, which I do think we are. We just don't play like it. And, Brennan Johnson, dude, just grab the damn ball and kick it or don't cry about it, you little kid. He's like, took the ball and I didn't want to argue, guys. So I know I was on a hat trick. I should have taken the pen. Just take the damn ball.
Chelsea fans,
hell
you
is
see
that?
that? This is the Chelsea website. What does it say? A second last row.
Well, the second to last row, first off, which is
It
impeccable
mentions full
placement.
members cup.
Yeah, and look, that's the only one below it also. And also, charity as the first word. Look at it. It's literally just put out in like order of importance. Champions League top, then Prem, then FA Cup, then League Cup, then Europa, Cup winners, Club World Cup, Super Cup. We'll probably dash the what's the name, Conference League in between that, and then the Community Shield. You prove nothing.
You know, this is kind of embarrassing, right? You call yourself you call yourself European elite and English elite, but you don't even have 10 league titles. Embarrassing.
Oh, you want to talk about European elite? Where's your European Cup? Where's your Europa League? Where's your Super Cup? Where's your Club World Cup? We have a better range of trophies.
Where's your
we have
domestic
trophies
dominance?
you cannot bring
Where's
to me.
your domestic dominance? You don't even have double digits.
Where's your European dominance? Europe is bigger than England, no?
The way Chelsea's
what's bigger, England or Europe?
Nah, bro. You know something? That's hilarious.
Not nah. What's bigger, England or Europe?
One second.
London is my city, or whatever you said. Yeah.
5, 6.
Yeah. That's 4 trophies we have that you don't have.
You got 9. You got 9 trophies before the year 2000.
Yeah, nice. And what? And we've got 2 Champions Leagues after the year 2000s that you haven't had since 1886.
Fair play.
And 2 Europa Leagues that you haven't had since 1886. And your biggest European moment since 2006 was you lot crying in Baku.
It still doesn't help your case because Everton still have more league titles than you domestically.
I don't care. And like what? Aston Villa have more Champions Leagues than you. Forest have more Champions Leagues than you.
You can't deny the truth, but you are in.
I'm not denying the truth. I just don't care because my team's the biggest team in London when it comes to Europe. We dominate Europe. You lot leave England and you become Tottenham. That's the difference.
Hey. It's me.
I've been a Spurs fan for 20 years.
You travel around. I love it.
Anyway, guys, this stream is gonna take you over to the Mud Brothers on Shik TV. Go show him love. You get me. Just utter a request for the people. You guys.
I've been a Spurs fan for 20 long years, seen my share of triumphs and buckets of tears. But this year's taking it one step too far. I'm wondering if we'll ever win another spar. Hey!